This is an important message from the Lausanne Underground. The truth you can handle.
My children, our time has come. We must rise and help the good people of Juka Ratta. We must defend them from Sindum's evil reach. Keep them from interfering with Juka Ratta's righteous revolution. Good people of Juka Ratta, do not fear. The father of the sector is at your side. I will not abandon you. To arms, my children. Father of the sector, out.
Section 29, Psychotronic Hustle, Wholesale War. That's the wrong fucking campaign. Backdoor Boogie B team.
There we go.
Time for the recap. Whatever.
Well, I believe last time we were on our way to the casino and ended up showing up to find only one place open. And so we head on down there. And after a small bit of deliberation, decided to just saunter on up to the place and have a man kind of walk out and introduce himself. He appeared to be a very, very big fan of Big Montana and the children of the sector and the crew and whatnot. So we were all welcomed in very graciously. At which point, I'm pretty sure Big Montana made like a beeline for the bar. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, because Miyoko was right behind him.
Yep. Scary.
And so we were at the bar for a minute, and then Miyoko came over the bar, and Big Montana said he was going to go play slots. Miyoko then started talking to the robot man that was at the bar, who we then discovered is a multiple personality robot. There are several robots in that one robot. We learned some pretty spicy information from that robot. Then I believed Miyoko tried to corner Big Montana to help him deal with his problems about not liking women, which made Big Montana lose his shit and pull his gun on her. And then after realizing he really doesn't want to shoot her, he teleported to the temple, where he just proceeded to sit there for about 20 minutes or so and calm down, because that was a very stressful situation. He then came back at the bar and had another drink. And I'm trying to remember where in there we all went or you guys went to go scout out the
well, you were still drinking.
Police station.
Yeah. We scouted out the police station while you were still at the slots before
That's what it was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before I tried to talk to you about things.
Oh,
because
yeah,
it's
we
very
appointed
difficult to have secret conversations with people from halfway across the room.
We also appointed the casino owner to Minister of Gambling because he kept giving Big Montana free slot play.
Yep. Then we discovered that there are actually a bunch of people on the planet who really aren't happy with how Sindum's running shit. Like 99% of the population, apparently.
To be fair, they also weren't happy when UPM was running it, but at least they had the casinos open.
At least they had the briquettes.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, those two.
And so our main goal right now is our main goal then became, okay, there's about 200 or so locals out here which might be able to help, so let's have the locals go ahead and launch an attack on the police station once we arm all of them. and we'll have Sister Karma support helping them, and we take the police station, and then we would send out a distress signal to Sindum, telling them that we need a carrier here to help with things. And then the hope is for Sindum to deploy a carrier, and then we jump on it with a couple of battleships and boarding parties while hacking it from the police station using their more powerful transmitter. And then we can hopefully jack a Sindum carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, we had to deal with the Big Montana issue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a bit of a problem because we got a room for Big Montana to stay in on Miyoko's suggestion, and it was a Connex filled with Tootsie Rolls, so we knew he'd love it to begin with, as well as a 55-gallon drum of KFC or Space FC. And Big Montana went ham on the chicken and everything, well, completely hammered. And
He got really drunk. He was singing and everything.
It was beautiful.
Hmm.
We got him to come into the Connex container that's a room and lock the door behind us, and Miyoko tried to pin him down and took his gun away and said, okay, we need to fix this problem. Well, that wasn't going to happen that night, no matter what we tried. So it was like, okay, we'll contact DQ's people and see if they can come here. And they said, yeah, it'll take us a couple of days. And Miyoko's like, you know what? Fuck that shit. We're coming now.
Yep.
So we cut off that part of the ship. Obi did a lot of the hard work when it came to getting all the pieces into place and the radio communication set up.
Hooray!
And you were fantastic.
Yay!
I think it's been your best role so far. And
Oh, I don't remember.
It's been a long time, you know. So we got on the ship with the Connex taken up with us, and we flew to Diamond Quartz, where they are. And we met this guy named Silas Oxide, who was Silas. Yeah. Can't speak English today. And again, I never could. Silas Oxide, who's like, okay, yeah, I'll see what I can do to help. And he touched Big Montana, and they spoke while doing an exorcism kind of thing with Big Montana floating above his fucking bed and shit. And then something happened which Miyoko doesn't understand at all, and the guy pretty much explodes and blood everywhere all across his orifices. His eyes and ears and nose and shit are bleeding. Big Montana flopped onto the waterbed, launching Miyoko into the air and onto the ground, and he popped the waterbed.
Mm-hmm.
And Miyoko's now checking to see who's dead and who's alive. And I think that's where we left off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh boy, howdy.
As you're checking over Silas, you hear like a buzzing noise that would be from like a cell phone, a flip phone.
Is Jitterbug?
And you hear Big Montana stir, and he answers his phone there while he's in the waterbed. He has some sort of conversation with somebody named. Well, anyway, this is where I would insert the portion of the video from Wholesale Wars.
Who the hell is this? It's like flip open his phone. Hello. Did I call somebody last night? Hello. Hello.
Big Montana.
Yeah.
This is Herm from Charm System. There's some fellas here. Wholesale War. It's a fella named Ori.
Oh yeah, I think I met that feller one time.
And another fella named Captain Aries. Not the element, though. It's like a war thing.
I don't know that feller. Give me just a minute. Oh. Why is there a Tootsie Roll on my belly button? Yeah, what do you need?
Shit, I don't remember what my questions were.
Well, that kind of helps.
Well, we were wanting to know, you apparently are aware of the pyramids that are out there in the various systems.
Oh yeah, them are
The,
right nasty baskets and fucked.
So we managed to down one of the Sindum battleships, crashed into the planet Murmuration after we put a virus into its navigational system. It had a big black psionic statue on it that we suspect probably survived the crash. And we know it's a source of great power, although we don't necessarily know how to make the best possible use of it.
Oh,
So we
don't
weren't
touch
sure.
that fucker.
We were wondering if we should go get it.
Well, last time we encountered one of them, we was doing a scrapping mission for what was it? 20 MT. They told us to go out there and get a junked derelict ship that had been, just floating for a while. But we encountered one of them. Was it black and it had a whole bunch of like people in weird poses holding things up or something like that? I can't quite remember.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Well, we were thinking it might be pretty valuable too, and then we had a whole bunch of the crew that were brought to us to help us deconstruct this vessel with us, and got the great idea that they should try and move it. Well, then everybody that touched it started floating, and these weird little light balls started floating around as weird music started playing, and tentacles came out their mouths. It was a bad deal. We had to kill them all.
I mean, it should be said,
touch it.
I'm a powerful psychic, and so it wouldn't really affect me. But
Yeah.
you're right, it could affect other people.
Yeah, and the other thing that was happening when we were dealing with all that bullshit is, we'd go to sleep, but we'd be in the dream world in that pyramid place. And then, when people attacked us there, we killed them. And when you'd wake up in real life, you find out you just killed one of your buddies or some shit, It was a bad deal.
Well, now it's in the hands of corporate as it's on their homeworld.
Well, yeah, that's I don't know what to tell you about that. But a good deal fucking up that Sindum battleship. Fuck those assholes.
Yeah, we're pretty committed now to the cause of fighting Sindhu since they've declared us to be outlaws and all.
Yeah,
Prior to that, I hadn't really had much dealings with them myself, but since I'm an outlaw,
that was the same deal for us too. We had, just done one mission where we pretended to be Sindum people, but nobody figured out who it was. And then all of a sudden, everybody hated us from Sindum. So we were like, well, fuck that shit.
Also, why does your app need access to my contacts?
I don't know. Obi set something up. I fucked if I know.
And, it also keeps asking for my current mood and location.
I've been getting a lot of emails since I signed up for it for erectile dysfunction.
Well, I mean, every man over a certain age has to deal with that.
And this is just a request, but now every time I have to load up my bank account for my big bucks, I now see your logo of your gut just flashing across my screen.
Yeah, I don't know. That one was like a personal choice, but I wasn't sure about it. I consulted Obi, but he tried to tell me no, and I thought maybe people would like it, so I kept it in there. But now that I'm getting
Just
this
coming up with an
customer
alternate
feedback, we
logo.
might change her.
Yeah, I it's more. Maybe I can leave it on the App Store as a review feedback. But
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Obi will get right to it. He's good with all that technology stuff. I honestly don't know how half of that works. I just figured, everybody's money's gone. Why don't we give everybody the money back they had in the new currency? Just kind of like do the old switcheroo.
yeah, I mean, I hear the Sincoin stuff is the new currency.
Yeah, fuck that Sincoin bullshit.
So what's the plan?
Well, the
Take
plan is
Sincoin down, and then what?
Yeah. Well, after that, I assume we just kind of all go back to doing the way things we did before Sindum got turned into a big pile of assholes.
How long ago was that?
The hell if I know. It was a while. They've been shitty for a little while now.
Well,
Is there any plan to go after Jaggerfells himself? Cut
Yeah,
off
if the
head?
opportunity presents itself, definitely. I'd like to get my hands on that asshole.
So when do you think the next big operation will be? Our ship is being repaired at the moment, but it'll be probably done in a day or two.
Well, right now we're getting ready to liberate this here planet. Shit, I forgot what the hell it's called. It's where all the casinos are. I can't remember. Albie, what's the name of that planet?
Juka Ratta.
Oh, Juka Ratta. Yeah, we're planning to liberate Juka Ratta. The children of the sector are assisting Juka Ratta to throw their shackles off of the Sindum oppressors.
Isn't Juka Ratta UPM?
Yeah, but it's Sindum now.
Are they being? I mean, that planet was a shithole anyway.
Well, yeah, but Sindum came in and made it even shittier. They kind of took everything over.
I mean, if you're going to liberate a planet, you might as well liberate the casino planet.
Exactly. That was my thinking. They closed down all the casinos, too. There's only one open at the current moment. You got to, know somebody to get in there. And so what we're going to do is liberate the planet, open all the casinos again, and bring some money back to that shithole.
I think that place needs more than money.
A tear forms in Captain Harry's eye.
But that's the plan at the current moment. We also are planning on getting a Sindum carrier to show up so we can distract the drone fleet aboard it and take over the carrier. That's also part of it. We got a 3-stage plan of attack. Step 1's to neutralize the police facility, which all the Sindum fucks are hiding out in. And then on the opposite side of the planet, there's a Sindum drone repair place over there we got to capture too. And then hopefully we get the carrier to show up after we figure out how to hack the drones and whatnot. That's the plan.
These are the same drones they plugged the brains into.
The brains? I didn't hear nothing about that.
Yeah, they grow brains separate from bodies, and they use them as pilots in their drones.
Well, ain't that just fucked up? God damn, Sindum's fuckery knows no bounds.
Yeah, we shot a few of them down. They were in the Disposable Heroes battleship. You're actually going to be hearing from Herm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Herm is working on filling out a form of recognition and appreciation for our efforts. So we can just bypass that because this is actually we can still have Hulkraith fill out the forms because that's his thing.
Right.
But there was some brain stuff on there, and you should be receiving at some point a form to recognize that.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll get that pushed right through. Hell yeah. Take it to them Sindum cucks every way you can. Mm-hmm.
So if we were going to plunge right into the middle of a fight against Sindum, where are we plunging?
Well, I'd say around the Juka Ratta area after we get the planet liberated and the hopefully capture the carrier. That'll give us kind of like a nice little nugget right in the middle of Sindum territory because they've kind of started to occupy everything that UPM had. And from there, we'll just kind of span out.
Why aren't you just attacking their homeworld?
Well, mainly they got a lot of shit, and I can't seem to get the Sisters of Karma to get in gear yet. I'm working on that, though. They got the main fleet of everything. You know, they got all the battleships to help take out Sindum battleships and other ships and whatnot. But we're working on getting them in gear. I got to try and get a new contract with them because they previously worked with 20MT, but now 20MT ain't got no money because of the whole, thing that happened. And so if I can get to them before Sindoom came with their goddamn sin coins and get them on that big bucks, then we'll be all right.
So
Why is it that Sindoom is telling people to start eating Jawas? Jawas taste terrible.
Well, yeah. Well, you see, we arranged to have a covert shipment of Jawas dropped off in Sindoom's walled city to kind of disrupt their, everything going on there. And it appears that they have become a full-blown infestation over there. Yep. Them bastards breed like rabbits.
So, what's that behind the what's that behind the bushes there? Oh, it's just a couple Jawas.
Yeah, exactly. Hell, they be doing the dirty in the air ducts even. You just hear random tunking noises from above you. You know what's going on. But is there anything else you need to know?
I think that was all I had.
All right.
Oh, I might hit you up on Spitter or Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. Yeah, I always got my spitter close. Don't worry. Well, I'm going to head on out then. Y'all make sure you take it to Sindoom every way you can. I mean, even if it's just kicking a bastard in the shin, it's worth it.
Will do.
Definitely do that.
All right. Stay strong, my children. 10-4.
And then Big Montana ends the phone call.
Well, that was very interesting, actually.
Why's my ass wet?
Mr. Montana, are you okay?
I think so.
Is Silas alive?
Yes, he is.
Are you feeling all right? Question mark?
Big Montana's going to be like doing one of these numbers. I don't know. I think I feel all right.
You know you did that, and I point to Silas and the exploded waterbed he's in.
The hell if I know. That fucker was all up in my head, and then he said we need to leave right now, and then we left, and I don't know. That was it.
Are you feeling okay though?
Am I feeling okay, Peter? Like he's kind of like patting himself down, like.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much you don't have a hangover anymore.
Oh, I ain't hungover. That's good.
Nice.
That's a nice change of pace. Yeah, let me take a look here. And I'm going to look at him and see if he was hurt from the exploding waterbed that smacked him in the back of the head.
No injuries. There's some wet Tootsie Rolls now that are kind of stuck to him.
Don't worry, I'm saving them for later.
Oh, okay.
They were already there.
Wiping the Tootsie Rolls off the back of him. Is Silas still moving, or is he unconscious still by the looks of it?
He is unconscious, but he is breathing.
Okay, good. Oh, I'll say one thing's interesting, though, Mr. Montana.
What's that?
You're letting me very close to you, finally.
Well, I ain't happy. I don't. Do I still feel the same way, Peter?
Yep.
Yeah, I ain't happy about it.
Well, at least it's a good start.
Yeah, I'd prefer if you back up, though.
Yeah, we're going to have to fix you at some point, whatever's wrong with you.
Splash some water on his face. Maybe he'll wake up.
I think we should get a face cloth or something to deal with all the blood pouring out of him first. Is it pouring out of him, or has it stopped pouring and it's just kind of congealing there?
Yeah, it stopped pouring. It's now mixing with the waterbed water and Tootsie Rolls.
Well,
He's wet enough.
Take my handkerchief. And he's going to pull his handkerchief out of his back pocket.
That's
I think
already
I'm going to
wet.
take him to Emma first. We'll see if she can do anything for him. I'll lift him up and put him on my shoulder and start taking him there.
Where the hell are we?
We're where Diamond Quartz is.
When
Well,
the
he's
hell
not
did we
here.
get there?
You were asleep and very angry.
What? Last I knew, we were in the casino.
Well, we're in part of the casino still.
I don't remember this room being part of the casino.
This was your suite.
I don't remember any of that.
Do you remember the Tootsie Rolls?
No.
No? I just looked down at like the knee-high Tootsie Rolls everywhere.
I don't remember these until just now, but like I don't remember last night. Is that chicken I smell?
You might want to put it in the microwave.
He's just gonna go and grab himself a cold chicken leg.
Pull it out of the Tootsie Roll water.
Listen, we're not done talking yet. I'll be back once I get this guy to the doctor. Yeah.
So when you open the door, you know, some of the water and Tootsie Rolls run out into the cargo bay. And Horatio is standing there.
He prefers memory foam, and I'm just going to walk past.
He kind of comes as soon as Miyako has left. I was real concerned. Are you okay? Big
Yeah, I'm
Lieutenant,
fine.
Father of the
He's like,
Sector. Do you know who I am?
yeah, you're Horatio. You're that feller I made a minister of gambling last night.
Okay.
Did I get really drunk last night or something?
Okay. You were a bit tipsy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Now
because I don't remember
she
anything.
had this plan. This is her whole idea, was to try to have this plan to try to fix you of whatever ailment you had. I thought it was kind of risky, but you're okay, right? I mean, what happened
Yeah.
to the waterbed? Are you injured? And who was
no,
this
I'm
man
fine.
in here? What was going on? Well, no, you know what? I don't want to know. I really don't.
I really honestly don't even know. I'm just as clueless as you are.
Those sisters are karma. They're you know, they can be pushy broads, you know, and
Yeah, I've known a couple or two of them that have been quite pushy.
and they're very influential, and I'm just glad you're not hurt.
Yeah, I feel fine. It's good chicken, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's the finest. The finest. I had it delivered.
I
for you.
appreciate that.
Tastes just as good cold, sitting in Tootsie Roll water as it does heated up. I mean, that's what the
It's pretty
beauty
good.
of it.
You want one?
Yeah, of course. You're eating it. I am. So yes, I would like some.
And the soggy
Yes,
chicken leg.
he just yes, he eats it right along with you. It's very tasty. So are we finished here? We probably should get back to.
Yeah, I would think so. I think she took that feller to the med bay.
I want to stay back at Maxwell's, but your friend, excuse me, your son with the clippy hands, just brought me here, and next thing you know,
he does weird shit like that.
He is. He's special in that way, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not so sure that maybe I don't know if I was on something or if she was on something. Something happened funny. I don't know.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It takes all kinds.
Yeah, I guess. We could
But
do with a few less cards in this deck, though.
Okay. Well, I'll get it cleaned up. I mean, unless you prefer it this way, but I don't know if this is what the water.
Well, I mean, the sogginess is a little bit disappointing, but we got a janitor for that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
One-armed janitor.
And we got two janitors. We got Nash and Lurch.
3 if you count Ernie.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely will let them take care of it, because that's, you know, their job. So I don't want to deprive them of their.
Oh,
duty.
yeah, no. Nash fucking loves it. I don't know why he likes being a goddamn janitor so much, but he seems to really enjoy it.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you need it, if you need any more assistance, I'll be back in the break area playing cards.
All right, will do. Oh wait, no, Nash isn't the one-armed guy. I forget the one-armed guy's name. Nash is the other Sindum guy that we rescued.
Yeah, that's the one with the dental.
Yeah, I don't remember what the one-armed guy is called.
Andy.
Oh, handy Andy.
Okay.
How many people we got on this ship anyway with names now?
A bunch.
Too many.
Hey, we got 2 ex-Sindum employees, an ex-Sindum experiment.
Not to mention half the population of Nebraska. We have a bunch of sisters. We have the B-team crew. We have...
Big Montana's going to get on the intercom. How's that feller look, Emma?
I don't know much about psionics, but he seems to be in a stable state. So
You think he'll wake up soon?
I don't know. I've tried a couple things. He has not woken. He may be in some kind of hibernation.
Yeah, if I know. All right, well, keep me posted. If he wakes up, I need to talk to him. Figure out what the hell he was so worried about all up in the temple shit.
Okay. All right. You guys did have hustle points from last time, I think, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So if you would like to use them.
Oh. Part of our plan was to bring the Iron Skirt over this away so it could be opened up as a space repair facility. And like spaced, I forget which shipyard. I would like to use my hustle point to see if I can convince enough children of the sector who have ships large enough with ship couplers to be able to move the Iron Skirt here
A bunch
in
of rich
orbit.
fucks in personal yachts pulling them in.
in orbit around what's the name of the planet again? Fuck.
Juka Ratta?
Juka Ratta, that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Because realistically, let me take like a couple of them with ship tender mounts to clip onto the station and spike it over here.
Bulk freighters would probably be the best bet.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A couple of like maybe 2-3 bulk freighters.
Okay.
Get 4 of them to set up the field around the station and then just shoot it out there.
Yeah, bring it on over. Because there's a whole bunch of shipwrights on this planet.
That sounds like how science works. I think that can work.
And they need jobs. Well, I think that's how the ship tender mount is intended to work. Like, you can, because I remember we read the rules for it once. You can move a ship that's smaller. So what if you had like 4 big ships, and then you can move it something big? At least logically, that makes sense.
A battleship or carrier would be of the correct size to carry a cruiser-sized station, which is what this is. A small space station.
Which would be like 4 bulk freighters big. They have about as much oomph as a battleship, right? As far as the spike drivage.
That sounds mathematically correct. Let's go with that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so you're just trying to get some children of the sector to help move the Iron Skirt over to orbit Juka Ratta.
Yes.
Okay.
You back with the A team?
What's up, Bert?
No, this is the B team.
B team? Okay. Just trying to figure out which character sheet to load in.
Yeah, we probably won't come back to those guys for a while.
Okay.
But Galileo made it back safely, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
He watched it all. Well, you watched it all from his
Just want to make sure like that last little bit that I missed, Galileo didn't die or something.
No, oh no.
No,
Not
he's
yet.
not dead. He's just melted into a ball. You can fix him. Though. It's fine.
Yeah, he's now a BB-8 looking character.
Wait, what? That's not how I left him.
Like that's it. That's the last time any of you borrow any of my shit.
Jim, what'd you do with my Galileo? I swear I didn't know the trash compactor was there.
Just to say he got Figaro'd. So, Bert, you have a hustle point to use. What would you like to do with it?
Oh Lord.
So he'd like to summon our Lord and Savior Jesus, apparently.
Jeezer.
Got any requests? Because I don't have any clue what to do with Bert's hustle point.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. After missing the game, I'm not sure really where the hustle points can be most useful.
I don't know. See?
Did we ever get the Caddy's engine back? Do we get a new one?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
All right, I'm gonna use my hustle point to call in a few favors, some scrap yards, and see if I can't find a new Caddy engine to work on as a
All right.
as a favor. We never know when we're gonna need another fusion bomb
Right.
disguised as Cadillac.
So I don't have to ride with Miyoko anymore in that psycho fast car. I'd like to use mine to get a gravel bike brought in, if that's possible.
Okay.
I'd like to use my hustle point to make the GT40 I'm about to get a psycho fast car.
Is that what you use it for?
Yep, we're not upgrading anything except the power and torque and all that. Don't give a fuck about the brakes. Don't give a fuck about steering or suspension. We're just upgrading the power.
Triple turbos.
Bert can guarantee you that she doesn't use the brakes anyway.
Does she need them?
Apparently not.
I thought that's what clutch dumping into reverse was for.
She just kept gearing up.
Really, it's a big, long salt flat, essentially. It was perfect for doing that shit. We're going for the record there. No.
Chasing the dream.
With these modifications, you get the car up to about half of its top speed, then hit the brakes, and they just start melting after about half a mile of trying to slow down.
So you're
Bolt
saying-
into metal.
You don't need brakes. You just need to get one of those parachutes.
Yeah, there you go.
Every time I drive that car, I instantly have to roll on the crisis chart.
You want?
Oh, I'd be down for it if it makes it go stupidly fast.
600 mile per hour.
If that does anything with stupid fast speed, I am all for it then.
Stupid fast. Okay.
I'm going to turn on the engine. All right, roll for crisis.
Boom!
It's all right. It's only the third supercharger we lost. We still got numbers 1 and 2.
Well, I am going to have one other addition to the car, and that's going to be a dedicated Jawa mechanic that sits in it with me to work on it.
All right.
You got like a little button with a cage symbol on it to release the job out of his cage.
Crawls out from the glove compartment. Stop working. I think everyone needs a car midget. They're very good.
Well, I suppose we ought to get back to Juka Ratta. Anybody on the bridge?
No.
Can somebody get on the bridge?
Okay.
Sure.
We gotta get back to Juka Ratta. Shit's about to go down.
Emma's like contacts you. Says Silas is gone. He vanished.
What do you mean he's vanished?
His eyes opened. He just kind of looked at me, and next thing you know, poof, he was gone.
What the fuck?
You might want to give them a phone call, Mr. Montana, and see
Yeah.
if he's with them.
Obi, give me a radio call down there to Diamond Quartz's place down there.
Beep boop, beep beep beep.
Where the hell did that
Doo-doo-doo.
Silas feller go?
If you would like to make a call, please hang up and try your call again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator. Doo-doo-doo.
Unfortunately for Opie, he's the operator.
They inform you that he is returned for medical treatment, but he will contact you as soon as he is able and tell you what happened.
All right. Well, can any of you give me an educated guess what might happen so I know what not to do?
For your safety, you should not return to that particular place wherever you went.
All right. So, okay. Does that have to do with the big old eyeball thing up in there?
We're not aware of any eyeball thing.
All right. Well, keep me posted.
All right.
All right. Bridge to Juka Ratta. Let's go.
I think we need our own soundboard.
Yeah, I gotta
We
work
just
on that.
need one sound for the soundboard. Everything sounds the exact same in this world. Fire the laser. Pew! Launch the ship. Pew!
Start the car.
Pew!
Bert, hit him with your axe.
Pew!
Fire the super huge mecha ultimate massive gun of destruction. Pew! Big Montana, are you making love to a woman again? Pew!
Come on now. Pew pew.
Pew! Pew!
There's two in there.
Sure, he can have two if he wants it. If it makes him happy, he gets two.
What about 3?
Yes! Keep that, Isaiah. That's from now on. Every time we do anything, there's the sound that's coming.
Sounds like a Star Trek bridge.
Wait
It
a
is.
second.
This is transporter sound.
Ooh.
Very close. All right. So you spike in the metadimensional space. You are there, and you return to Juka Ratta.
And we will park the suite back by the casino.
Okay. Yeah, you drop that thing back there, and you return back to Maxwell's House of Pleasure.
Well, now we're just waiting on the car to arrive, and I can fill it with guns and take it to the people.
Yeah, how many fellers showed up? I believe we had that dude scouting out to bring a whole bunch of people.
He was trying to get 200. I have to go and meet back up with them. They're not going to meet us here.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just waiting for the car to get back, and we should also probably get some sleep now that I think about it. I think you're the only one who's had any thus far.
If you call being back out drunk, sleeping, yeah.
Well, Horatio, can you get some rooms ready for us?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you.
Hey, they're good, but also I'm expecting a big package. Gonna be a motorcycle, I reckon. Can you keep an eye out for that?
Yes, I can do that. Yes.
Don't let the crazy bitch drive it.
I have my own thing coming anyway, and it's a
Which
lot
one?
faster and more fun.
The crazy bitch, and he's pointing at Miyoko.
Oh, okay.
Looks at the other sister standing right next to me. Which one?
Okay, so a day passes. Not many people show up to Maxwell's. There might be like one or two other people that actually come in. They don't stay for very long. And then they leave. The robot who you're speaking with is there the entire time, still sitting at the bar. And I think there was one other patron that was there too. They are there the entire time. A delivery arrives of a grab bike along with a caddy engine.
Yay!
And
Our new bomb.
and the GT40 that has a big warning on it, says "Goes stupid fast," right on the box.
Well, what would I possibly do with this? I know. Let's put some guns in the back of this thing and some ammunition. I got work to do.
All right.
Like redneck Santa Claus.
I don't have to ride with her anymore. Bert's just draped over the seat of his hover bike. I'm gonna call you Veronica.
Looking at the side of this thing, is that an American flag on it? Because I'm feeling very free today. As the livery on the car for its racing number, it says 2A. Okay then. I'm gonna go up to our robot friend and speak to John if I can.
The knob switches a couple times. Yeah.
So John, you ready?
For what?
To hack into the police station, disrupt the systems, and then send out a distress call to bring a carrier here?
Oh, that was today, wasn't it?
Not necessarily today. I'll let you know when I get back, but relatively soon.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be ready.
Okay. I'm counting on you, John, okay?
Okay, yeah.
I believe in you. And I give him friendly pat.
Okay.
Then I head out to see Big Montana. How close am I allowed to get to the Big M?
Wait at the door.
I'm getting ready to leave and deliver the supplies and find out how many people we have with us.
Good. I just got my speech done that I'm going to have broadcasted after our good friend does his speech about, a little while after, confirming that we support them and we are willing to help them in any way to keep Sindhu from interfering.
Okay. Well, my main mission right now is to go ahead and just find out how many people we have. Then I'll probably go out again either tomorrow or this evening for the ambush on the drone.
Yep.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, I feel fine.
Still a bit hesitant around me, though.
I'd like it if you stay over there.
Have you heard back from the Diamond Quartz guy yet?
Nope, nothing yet.
Okay. Well, keep me informed as you do. I'm worried about you.
Yep.
And I'll leave then.
Yeah, he just kind of awkwardly watches you until you leave.
Toby, I'm going to drop off guns. Either of you want to come?
Have at it, Obi.
All right, looks like I'm riding shotgun.
Okay.
Wait, no, Obi, if you go with her, I can't protect you.
Okay, my partly robotic frame will help support me in the event of a crash.
Not at these speeds, it won't, buddy. Yeah, and how many assault rifles and how much ammo can we fit in the back of this thing?
I don't know.
In metric, if possible, not
in
imperial.
metric cubic yards. Let's just say that you were trying to outfit 200 people. It would be enough for a 200 revolution. I wouldn't say they're all long rifles, but
Yeah. No, carbines, laser rifles,
yeah.
Gravity emitting devices that can create a minor black hole event horizon in the area the size of a pistol. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing too broken then. Well, then I'll start it up and head on out there with my pet Obi.
All right.
Sorry, what?
Don't open the glove box. That's where we keep the mechanic.
I thought I was going to be the mechanic.
So it comes to life.
Uh-oh.
Are you wearing a seatbelt?
Oh, yes.
All of the seatbelts.
The 5-point harness. That thing is so tight, it's like crushing her into it right now.
Obi, get your power armor on.
All right, give me a pilot roll.
Oh, boy. Remember when I played that one character that was a really good pilot and then she died? Pepperidge Farm remembers that. Oh, that's not bad. That's a... I have forgotten how to math. That is a 10 total.
Okay, give me a d6
Oh
roll.
boy. Ooh la la, fusroda. That is a total of 2 for my d6 roll.
Do I notice the fireball?
So as this thing roars to life, you are like got your foot on the accelerator, and
Yep.
as you, it doesn't take very long for you to approach the Juka Ratta police station. As you go to hit the brake, you realize you can't get your foot down, and you look down, and there's a Jawa wedged underneath there, underneath the brake pedal.
God damn it, what are you doing there? Try and move it out with my other foot. Downshifting.
All right, give me an exert roll.
Ooh, exert. There's 2 4s there. 10 total. 2 4s and 2.
Okay, you remove the Jawa just in time to slow down and just miss the fence that goes around the police station.
See, there's nothing wrong at all here.
I'm picturing every time you stomped on the brake pedal, just Houdini, Houdini, Houdini.
Lucky this thing's too small for me to wear power armor in, or it'd be exploded our way everywhere.
So the Jawa like crawls over you, Obi, and then pops open the glove box and jumps in and closes it back.
We'll be just sitting there holding the oh shit handle, white knuckle, just.
See, nothing to it. Anyway, where were
I
these
regret my
people?
decision coming.
Oh, don't be silly. It's fine. And hey, at least we have working heater in here. So, I mean, that's nice.
Where are you, Bert?
Can I use the time while they're out driving around to convert some unspent skill points into pilot by driving the bike around?
Yeah, are you going to drive it outside, or are you going to drive it inside the dome?
Inside the dome, I suppose.
Okay. So, yeah, you're driving it around inside the dome, avoiding all the busted buildings and stuff.
Is it 1 point per level up to level 1? Is that correct?
It takes from nothing to 0 is 1 point. From 0 to 2 is 2 points. From 0 to 1 is 2 points. From 1 to 2 is 3 points, etc.
Okay, so I can only get it to 1. Because that's all the points I had in the bank. At least I'm less likely to explode in fiery death now.
Okay.
Damn microphone again.
It's my time to drive.
This Vic is on fire.
I'm right on target.
All right, you're outside the police station there, Miyako.
Yep, we're going to find the other people, though, who aren't at the police station and are a bit beyond it.
Oh, you're heading to that busted, ruined city,
Yep,
town.
we need those folks.
Okay, you see the fires ahead.
Oh, boy. That looks
They got them in little barrels there.
As long as they don't look like they're blaster fires from someone shooting at them, I'm fine with it.
No, they're just, fires to keep warm.
Okay.
Neighborhood.
I've just had me an idea. Hey, Dr. Go-Do Days.
Yeah, what do you need? I was just hitting the slot.
Hey, you know that terraforming thing we got, right?
Yeah, I know about it.
You know, this planet's awfully shitty. Like, do you think these dome things would survive that terraforming process thing?
I mean, what's your plan?
Well, I mean, right now this planet's all kinds of shitty on one side because it's tightly locked. Would that their thing solve that problem and make it like a good, nice, prosperous planet that rotates?
I don't know. That's a little bit more complicated, but I'm sure I could work on it.
Yeah, if we get this bitch a turning with that there dealio, then this whole planet might become a whole lot more useful. And these people might be a little happier.
Well, I'm pretty much, I mean, that sounds like a good idea, but if I don't win something out of this machine here, I'm really not going to be up to doing anything.
Oh hell, we can get that taken care of. Horatio, make sure he wins something.
No, I don't need anybody's help.
Oh. Well, here's 10 space bucks.
Huh?
Or not space bucks, sorry, big bucks.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. I'll need it.
Well, yeah, just get you a little couple extra spins.
Okay, I'll get right working on that. Yeah. As soon as I win something, and maybe talk to a few of the ladies.
Yeah. All right. Well, 10 for.
All right. So you make it to the town, Miyako.
Hey, do I see the people I met with earlier?
Yes, you do.
I am going to go ahead and park up next to them.
One of them looks familiar, comes over, huddled up in his mismatched coats and hat, gloves.
Hi again.
Hey.
So, how many people do you have for me?
We got about close to 100.
Very good. Well,
might be able to get some more. Some of them are pretty skeptical, so.
Skeptical of what? They don't think we can do it?
Yeah. No, I don't think you can.
Well, maybe this will change their minds. And I pop the trunk and walk to the back and open it up.
And the Jawa pops out, Watini, and runs away.
He was protecting them.
That's going to be an infestation in a few weeks.
Yeah, the guy gets out like a sling to shoot. He's like, "Are those good eating?"
Not particularly. I wouldn't recommend it. You don't know where they've been.
Okay. Well, one's not a problem, right?
You'll be fine, I'm sure. Besides, I have something else for you that you're going to absolutely adore. We call them guns.
I'm familiar with the term, yeah.
We have many of them for you and your people.
What about us people?
You people are going to have a revolution with our help.
So he kind of looks at you, and then he walks over to the trunk. And he looks in, he's like, "It's got a gun!" And he hits the deck, and you see another Jawa pop up. It's got a laser rifle looking around.
Oh no, that's John T. Jawa. He actually served with the 23rd Special Forces Group on Churates during the war. He was an instructor.
Big Montana's gonna get on the radio with Miyoko. Do they seem impressed with the guns?
More with the Jawas.
So not well at all. I got an idea.
Uh-oh.
Big
Is it a
Montana's
good one?
Big Montana's gonna have Claire Kaboom fly us on over there with the ship, and we will unload the grav tank with the tractor beam and set it down next to the group of 100 people all huddled.
We'll put a couple of sisters inside the thing as opposed to these people.
Yeah, we're not gonna load these people up, but that definitely would be a morale boost.
We also have one of these.
Okay. So they see the ship approach. Some of them start to scatter to take cover.
No. People, lend me your ears.
Watini! And the Jawa fires a couple laser rounds at it.
See, he is celebrating in happiness. Bad Jawa.
Did they just take fire? Did our shields flare for a second? I
Yes.
swear our shields flared.
Gotta see how accurate the Jawa is.
It's John T. Jawa. He's got like a plus 15 to his chance to hit with that damn thing.
Okay, yeah.
Rolls a 20, hits the exhaust port. Well, there goes our shit.
Boom. At least Big Montana doesn't have to worry about being a psychic anymore after that.
So, yeah, it drops off the grav tank, and they all just kind of crowd around it. Look. Wow.
So are you in or are you not in?
They're like, we're in. And they start coming out of the woodwork.
Start handing out guns and ammunition. There's no way this could possibly go wrong. Now, Jawa, you're going to have to teach them about trigger discipline and everything.
I don't know if he's the right teacher.
Why do you possibly question him? Look at it. Look at his bandana. He is ready for anything here.
All right.
And so I'm going to have the sisters and the Jawa showing them how to not shoot each other.
Okay.
Now, what time is it right now?
It's night all the time, so.
Yes, but what time specifically on a planetary scale?
I would say, 9 a.m., 10 a.m.?
Okay, everyone, listen up. At 10 p.m. tomorrow, be outside the police station. I'm going to have some sisters with each of you in groups and get ready for the assault there. Do you understand?
You mean an hour from now?
No, tomorrow, not today, tomorrow.
Oh, you mean 2200?
Yes, that's...
Oh, okay, yeah. That other thing gets us all confused.
That sounds perfect then. 2200 tomorrow. We meet at the police station and begin the assault to take back your planet.
Nice. Okay, we'll be ready.
That sounds good.
If
Now-
anybody's hesitant, tell them there's heaters in the police station.
Are you kidding me? They have central air, they have central heat, they have working showers with hot water. Place is loaded.
Oh, I just remembered. Big Montana's getting on like a conference frequency with all the crew. Oh yeah, too. I just remembered them dudes I was on the phone with, right? They told me that the Sindum drones now have brains inside of them, like actual brains. Like Sindum's been growing brains in labs and putting them inside drones.
Do we know anything specific about the brains? Are they a pilot's brain? Are they a certain person's brain? Or serial
I mean,
killers?
I'd imagine they's a pilot brain.
Okay, and so they just cloned a pilot's brain thousands of
Yeah,
times?
like a bunch of times. Yeah.
Okay.
And apparently they got like restrictors and thingies on it. I would imagine some kind of something make it, follow orders, but it can make decisions pretty quickly.
I wonder if there'd be a way for us to go ahead and bypass the restrictions and make it so they realize that they're just a brain in a plane and that'll drive them insane.
In the membrane.
We'll have to shoot one down and get it to John to go ahead and look into. Obi, you might actually want to work with him on this. He seems quite familiar with Sindoom systems.
Yeah, perhaps he can show you a few ways into their backdoor boogieing through their system.
And perhaps maybe you can show him a thing or two as well. Though I do recommend you.
I am somewhat familiar with Sindoom, being that I am from Sindoom.
True. Though there is one
had,
thing
like access, like in their private codes and shit, like their messaging shit and stuff like that. Yeah.
There is one thing I should note, though. Any secret information or plans, it's best not to discuss with John. Mainly because of the fact that he's a multiple personality robot and one of the personalities is a bit of a gossip.
Yeah, look out for that old lady one. She ain't nice.
He does like older robots, I hear. Though, okay. Now, would one of the, I turn to a couple of the sisters. I need you two to round up a total of 6 of you. One of you grab the 5-ton, and 2 of you grab one of the Humvees. You're going to have to set up a little bit down the road from the police station, about 50 kilometers. I'm going to try and draw a drone towards you to be shot down. So bring a lot of rocket launchers.
All right.
Well, they seem very positive about that. I'm happy to see. Now, Mr. Montana, if possible, try taking the ship and dropping them off over there. Would be a bit easier than them driving out themselves.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
I'm also going to run to the armory real fast and grab a rocket launcher because it's useful. And a couple of rockets. Obi, are you going to continue riding with me for this next part?
No, I'm good. I think I'll step out.
Okay, if you're sure.
No, I'll stick around.
Okay. Well, this part's going to be the dangerous one where we shoot at the Sindoom police station and try and get drones to chase us to be shot down and captured.
Is this the next day or the same day?
The same day.
Okay.
Preferably while we're still at the encampment with all the other people. The idea is to go ahead and get the drone head to John as soon as possible to examine it and see if we can breach through Sindoom systems, and I reckon a day might be enough time for him to actually do that.
Okay. So you're going to drive past the police station?
Yeah, and just give them a friendly rocket launcher to the side of the building.
Okay.
Once the other sisters are set up about 50 kilometers south of the police station.
Okay. So you don't need to roll. The sisters fire a couple rockets.
No, I'm just firing. The sisters are waiting at 50 kilometers south now.
All right, so you go by. Yeah, you go by and fire. Hit the one-story brick building, explodes against it. You can see it does a little bit of damage.
Yep.
Not much.
Wait to see if they do anything.
A little red light begins to come up from the ground, like in the middle, between the fence and the building.
Fuck your red
then
light.
Then you see the ground move and a drone come out and just begin to hover, and then it takes off and starts to fly into the air.
This is the part where we run.
Wait, are we running or are we driving? I'm not that fast.
We'll drive for now.
Oh, okay.
Running in terms of moving relatively rapidly.
All right, give me a pilot roll.
Ooh, very nice. Double 6s. plus bonuses of 3, so 15.
Okay. You're getting the hang of this.
Oh, this is how it works.
You safely return back to the dome.
No, did the drone follow us?
The drone is so basically you got to try to get it to follow. So
Yep.
Your vehicle moves at such a rapid speed, and you drove so well that the drone pretty much just gave up and turned around.
I have to keep my foot planted the whole time. The entire idea is for it to follow us. We need it to follow us so it can explode.
It has begun to turn. It is now headed towards the town.
You drive too damn fast.
Nope. And around and head towards that.
All right, give me another pilot roll.
Jump out, Obi.
Tuck and roll.
Tuck and roll.
12 total.
All right.
Dice, you are behaving.
So you managed to catch up with it as the drone is like moving through, like scouting the town. Then out of nowhere, a hail of gunfire erupts from the town. And this thing is just getting peppered. It kind of spins around a couple times and goes down, behind like a broken building.
Oh, there's our quarry. My
So
God,
is-
those always sure are good instructors.
So as you are driving up there, a bunch of these people are running behind you, your vehicle. They got their weapons. They're all running up to this drone. It's on the ground, and they're just firing at it, just like.
No, enough. Stop. Honk the horn and it does the cucaracha or whatever it does. I don't know.
Give me a lead roll.
Oh my God. Nothing but negatives. Not the worst thing ever, though. 9. Oh, it's a +1, actually. So it's a full 11 then. Oh, my God.
Yeah, you hit the horn. You're just like waving them down, trying to get them to stop finally. And then there's a couple more shots.
No. No.
Big Montana on the radio yelling, "Cease fire, God damn it!"
Well, should we take a look at this, Obi?
I got my tools.
Give me a percentage roll, Obi.
$61.
It got hit by a train. I could hear it.
So
It's a
as you
block
walk
away,
up to
too
this
loud.
drone, one of the wings is destroyed. The back end is broken off. The cockpit is cracked. And as you take it off, you can see that there is some kind of human brain in here. It's got some, the cockpit's got a little bit of glass that's been broken off and is sticking in it. And there's a little bit of like clear liquid kind of dribbling out of it.
Let's see if we can seal it and keep the brain alive for now.
I will use both my combination of technical skills and my medicine skills to try and extract this with the case.
I will attempt to help with my knowledge of how to fix things, which does exist amazingly enough.
Okay. You can give me a heal roll, and I will give you a bonus die. You can drop the lowest because Miyako's going to help you.
It'd be a 9 total.
Okay. It takes a little bit of time because this is something you've never seen before. But there's some cords and stuff and plugs and things that it is attached to. And you manage to get it out of its casing. And you now have the brain.
Hooray! Put it in the back seat and buckle it in.
All right.
Do you think we might be able to question it?
I mean, if we can get a right facility for it, then maybe.
Well, this car does have an integrated computer system. Just plug it into there and we'll talk to it.
I don't know if you want it plugged directly into your vehicle. If it can pilot a drone, it might be able to pilot your car.
Listen, no one can handle this car except for me.
Yeah, and that'd be the problem, is that it would try to, and it would destroy itself with possibly us in it.
It was bad just wasting time, but I guess we have no other choice. Hold
It
on,
won't
let
take
me...
too long to take it back to the camp and find a closed grid area that we can try and plug it back in at.
Think there's any thing else on the drone that might be of use to us?
I don't know. Let's get to scrapping. You looking to have a little more horsepower in that car? Got some.
Oh, why not? We can fit the drone engine to it too. Fuck it. I don't see a problem with this at all.
It's got one wing. We just need another one. Boom, your car's now a flying car.
Yeah, we don't need it flying. That gets rid of the aerodynamics and the quality and also the resale value.
Could also
It's good to
increase
keep it
the resale
classic.
value. It's a flying car.
Yeah, but everyone's got a flying car these days. It's better to go avoid the mainstream and be the hipster of automotive vehicles.
Just strap that jet engine to its ass.
What could possibly go wrong with that?
One of the locals comes over to, is like, "Did you just pull a brain out of there?"
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing Sindoom's doing. They're cutting people's brains out and sticking them inside of their drones to pilot them for them.
The fuck, man? That's ridiculous.
Well, I think you can see why we're relatively... well, I think it's quite easy to see why we don't want Sindoom involved in our galaxy if possible.
What are you gonna do with that thing? You gonna kill it?
We're actually going to find out what information it might have. It was a pilot of Sindoom, so it might know something about Sindoom.
Yeah.
Like how their planes work.
So we're gonna strip this thing down and take what we can, because we need anything, any kind of pieces and parts to survive out here.
Out of curiosity, are any of you part of the aerospace industry here?
There might be one or two that know something about ships.
Have them strip it down, and then they can go ahead and tell us if they discover anything about it, how it functions, a full detail of everything about the drone.
Okay.
Everything they find. Okay?
All right.
And I'll give him...
2200 tomorrow, right?
Exactly. And I'll give him my phone number.
No
Call me
survivors?
It depends situationally. Preferably prisoners, if possible, that we can use to gain information. If impossible, then no survivors.
Maybe we'll take their brains out and see what we can get from them.
You know, Obi, you might be onto something. That could be a good... We'll have to give this idea to Emma and see what she thinks of it. Could be a good idea. New way to interrogate people. Take their brain out.
Could be.
So with one brain strapped in the vehicle.
Yep. Is it a backseat driver?
Some would say it's the only brain in the car.
No, it's a...
Excuse me, Obi is in the vehicle.
He runs off a CPU.
All right. Are you headed back to the...
Yeah, I'm going to head back to the casino, but I'm going to take a roundabout route that avoids the police station.
Okay, so give me a pilot roll.
How big is this planet in kilometers, just out of curiosity?
A lot. Just give me a pilot roll.
I'm just going to go around the planet. Fuck this. 11.
It's at least one less than 5.
Give me a D6 roll.
Or D6. That is a... Oh, my dice app just broke. That is a 2 total. Again, I get a lot of 2s.
So you are driving. You realize that your accelerator is stuck.
Oh, great. Obi, I put too much power in this and now it won't come up.
All right, time to fix on the fly.
There you go.
Get that Jawa out of here. I don't want him touching it if we're going this fast.
Houdini! When you do your roll, take a -2 because you're fighting with the Jawa over fixing it.
You can give me a fix roll.
Be a 10.
Yes, the accelerator has been fixed. What do you use to fix it?
I don't know, whatever the Jawa popped out with, whatever his tools he had, I'm just going to grab them out of his hand and use those.
Just takes Miyoko's foot off the accelerator, that's how you fix it.
Yeah. Believe it or not, these things operate by pressure, so if you remove the pressure, then...
So as the Jawa does that, he looks over your shoulder and then starts looking in the back seat.
Stay away from that brain, too. Go back in your glove box.
Martini. Goes in
Back
the
in your
glove
hole.
box,
Back in your hole.
closes it.
More stuff for you to work on later.
So you guys make it back to the dome.
Yep.
All right. Bert is testing out his vehicle, learning the
Stalled out
draft bike.
80 times.
I make sure I don't hit him on the way back.
Big Montana.
Oh, I'm probably playing the slots.
Okay.
Playing it
So,
with Go-Go Days.
so the evening rolls around, or time to rest before the next day, unless there's something you want to do.
Oh, we do have a perfectly good Sindoom brain in here now.
Okay.
This
So?
is very true.
Mr. Montana,
Yeah.
I got you a gift. Hold up brain.
Oh, you got one. Does it look like I got a whole bunch of computer parts on it and stuff, keeping it from doing things it wants to do?
It's kind of a weird thing. We're not exactly sure. Obi, you going to
Plug it
examine
into
this
something.
with John? Uh-oh. I'll give this to you, Obi. You're more trustworthy with a brain.
I do have experience with brains.
Hey, Horatio, do you got like an extra slot machine that you ain't using? We plug it into that.
I've got some of the special ones in the back that, yeah, I'll bring one of those out.
All right.
Okay.
Where we're at, we're near our ship, right, with Emma in it?
Yes.
It's not hard to get to it.
I'll probably want to call Emma down to help, trying to pull some of the glass out of the brain and stuff like that from the case, and I'll start working on building a new case and housing for it.
Okay. All right.
Miyoko doesn't care. She's bored. She's going out to find Bert.
You don't have to go far. I've just been driving around the outside of the hotel.
Doing donuts.
So, Bert, you about ready to race on that thing?
Shit, yeah, Veronica's fast. Can somebody else drive her, though? I'm not too good at this shit.
I'll be in my car. You be on your bike. We'll see who makes it through the obstacle course first.
I don't know. If it's an obstacle course, the incredibly fast car is not going to do well. All right, here comes the first turn, and she smokes the wall. And here comes Bert, just slowly creeping on by. Nimble.
I'm down for it.
So you're gonna have a race?
Hell
Oh,
no.
Miyoko's up for it. It's better than just sitting around waiting for them to work on a brain.
You don't hear that every day. All right. Horatio comes out with the machine and he's like, "Where did Miyoko go?"
Oh, she jumped in her car. She's going to go race someone. the incredibly dangerous car. She wants to race it.
Big Montana. You want some bet? You want to place bets on that?
Oh, you know I do. I got
who wins?
10,000 on. I got 10,000 on Miyoko.
All right.
You were pulling for 1,000 a turn last time, and all your betting's 10,000 on it. Jesus, you don't have much confidence, do you?
I don't know. I don't know how much. It depends on what he bets.
I'm putting 50 on Bert.
Oh shit. Let's bump her up. I'll go 60 on Miyoko.
And it's 60.
60,000. Sorry.
60 big bucks. 60,000 big bucks.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna have an obstacle course race here.
Yep.
Here we go.
Possibly
Improvised
go hard.
race. All right. Let's see how we're gonna do this.
Just be happy you're not racing Erica right now.
The stupid fast car versus the grab bike, right?
Yep. Bert's running back into the ship and putting on his power armor for this, so he feels safe. But it looks like his floral print shirt and cargo pants with his flip flops. I'm gonna come out. All right, I'm ready. I'm good.
All right, so we are going to do 2d6 skill check.
Okay.
You can use pilot once. You need to use your 4 other skills at some point
Okay.
to negotiate the different turns or obstacles.
Mhm.
And you can use whatever skill you want, whatever modifier you want with that skill. Just explain how you do it. And I will let. So I'm not going to describe what the obstacles are going to be. When we start with the first one, whoever goes first, they'll describe the obstacle, and that's what the obstacle is, and then we'll switch off. If that makes sense.
Okay. Do we need to roll initiative to see who goes
We will. We will need to roll initiative. Yeah. It's a D8. You can use your dex or int.
Who's the faster off the line?
Yeah.
Ooh, I only got a 2 total for that one. A 1 and a +1. Shit.
I got an 8.
Sitting there fucking smoking the clutch. Just.
Yeah,
All right.
burning the tires.
Bert, you won the initiative. You can choose to go first or not.
Heck with it. I'll go first.
Okay, you go first. You give me a roll. Tell me what the first obstacle is, and tell me how you're going to get around it.
All right. We're take off down the straightaway,
Okay.
come up to a hairpin turn.
All right, the hairpin turn.
I'm going to ease on the brakes or whatever the hell this thing's got for brakes and lean her over and try to go around it.
What are you using as your skill?
What all is optional on this?
You can use pilot once, yeah, and any other skill you want once. So if you want to use notice, you've noticed that, how sharp this turn is and how I need to move the bike, or no, just you have to explain how it works. Administer, I read the manual before I started, and I know.
The what?
Exactly.
This thing has a manual?
So we get to use the skills twice, and then we have to use straight rolls the rest of the time?
No.
Well, no.
No.
You can
Okay.
use, pick any skill you like, but you can only use the skill once.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you might want to save pilot for the end, for the last roll, or the first one. I don't know.
Yeah, I have better skills than pilot.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and burn the pilot on the first one, and that'll make it a plus an attribute as well, like a dex pilot.
Anything
Yep.
you like,
Yeah.
as long as you can explain it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Dex pilot makes sense.
That would be an 11 off of a dex pilot check from tapping the brakes and just leaning the bitch over.
All right. Okay, here we go. You're up next. You tell me you got a hairpin turn ahead of you.
Yep.
That at 350 miles an hour.
I'm going to use Dex Exert to just quickly spin the wheel and hit the brakes and avoid hitting the damn thing.
All right.
Rolls low, goes into a skid, does 3 barrel rolls. Yeah, really.
Got myself popcorn. What did I miss?
That's 10 total.
All
Are they
right.
both alive still?
Yep. Just started.
So far.
So you did exert. Give me a D6 roll.
Yes. That is a 4.
So as you're driving and turning, so this is a big hairpin turn. This thing is smoking fast, jumps off the line. Somehow Bert got ahead of you. You realize that the reason he got ahead of you was the Jawa was messing with the stick shift. And once you knock him off there, you turn and just make that turn and just scrape the wall of this first turn, which is just like an old building that has been, fallen down. And you can hear the metal on metal all the way around. All right. Josh, you're up. What is the obstacle and what are you going to use?
Okay. The obstacle is an old drawbridge over an abandoned lake, a river that used to run through the city, and it's drawn up right now. So we have to get past that.
Okay. All right. So what are you going to use?
I am going to use, as I'm coming up to the drawbridge, I'm going to accelerate as fast as I can. Then I'm going to pull out my gun, and I am going to proceed to shoot the cable of the drawbridge on the other side so it slams down and I have a good place to land.
Okay. All right.
That is my logic.
I'll take it.
That makes sense, right?
Some Mario Kart shit right there.
13 total.
Okay. Precisely executed.
I'm going to make damn sure the Jawa is not... As I pull out my gun, I'm going to hit the Jawa with my elbow as I do it to make sure I can get a good shot.
Yeah. He goes flying back into the back seat.
Stay down, will you?
He begins sniffing the back seat where the brain was.
God, you Jawas have some weird fetishes.
All right, Bert, you're up.
I'm on a hover bike, so I'm just going to drive up the ramp and glide back down to the other side.
All right. So what? Give me a skill.
That's why I don't use hoverbike, because I'm not a little bitch.
I already used pilot, so I'll use notice to notice that my bike is flying above the ground, and this is perfectly safe.
Oh, this is fine.
You had to flip over, didn't you bastard? That's a 9 on a wisdom notice.
All right.
The damn 4 rolled over and became a 2.
Damn it.
All right, Bert, you're up. The next obstacle.
For the next obstacle, we will have a loop-de-loop.
Like what? It's a Hot Wheels track kind of thing where just
Yeah,
goes
just go
downwards
up and
into a
around,
tunnel.
back down.
All right.
And just to be on the safe side on this one, I'm going to go ahead and use an exert to maintain control of the bike.
All right.
Oh, good thing I picked a good skill. 10 total.
Here we go.
Distraction.
Yep. I'm going to have to pilot this one and use my mad piloting skills.
All right.
And Miyoko's just going to... It's not even going to be driving. She's just going to drift the entire way around it.
Christ.
Just one huge drift. 11. 4, 4, and 3.
So you're drifting around a loop-de-loop where we're gonna go upside down.
Give me a D6 roll.
Exactly. Exactly. What was that, Peter?
D6.
D6. Yep. Come on, dice. Well, that is a total of 2.
The infamous 2.
I get 2s a lot with my D6s. I don't know why.
That's how many tires you kept on that.
That's how many tires are on the ground still, yeah.
Give me a D4.
A D4. Ugh.
Oh shit.
It's not good. Okay, D4 is a 3.
So you manage this drift around the loop-de-loop. An amazing maneuver.
Yep.
And then as you shift downward, you realize that the Jawa has managed to get under the clutch.
Remember what I said to you last time?
All right, you are up.
How stuck is that Jawa under there?
Grind them till you find them.
Yep.
You get a -2 to this roll.
Oof. That's a harsh one.
Ow.
Unless you want to use a hustle point and you chuck the Jawa out of the vehicle.
Is it worth a hustle point to beat Bert? That is the question. The last part of the race is going to be a quick slalom between a few of the old concrete barricades along the road, followed by a mad dash to the finish.
Okay, there is one more obstacle after this.
Okay.
Okay.
I am going to go ahead and use my sneak roll to sneakily duck behind the bike and get in front of it, and then slide through the slalom, just power sliding my way through it.
All right.
Ooh. And I picked sneak for a reason, because it's my highest skill. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. That would be with -3, so that is a 12 total. Wait, was it -3 or -2?
It was -2.
Oh, then 13 total.
Okay.
Sheesh.
She has a
Alrighty.
+3 in
All
Slash.
right, Bert.
I am going to use Fix to program this thing's internal gyroscope so that it's not tipping as I go around these fast curves.
All righty.
What stats work with Fix?
You can pick anyone. You just got to tell me how you use it.
I guess I'll use Dex so I can program it quickly.
There you go.
And that'll be a 15 total.
All right.
Nice.
All right, Bert, here we go. The last obstacle. And we are up to the finish line.
Oh, I'm doing the obstacle?
Yep.
A ramp made out of Jawa corpses.
I'm at a loss.
Lots and lots of loose gravel.
Oh no!
Loose gravel, and I just lay back and take a nap as I glide over. Let's do another hard 90-degree turn and then a sprint to the finish.
All right.
And for this one, I'm going to summon the axe and use my stab skill to hook a building as we go around the curve.
Okay.
And maybe make the building fall in her way.
You're just in time, Isaiah.
That'll
They're
be
on the last turn.
Oh Lord.
I got back from the dumper just in time.
That'll be a 12 as I ride up and see the arrow pointing left and summon my axe and hook the building as I make the turn.
All righty.
Okay.
Give her the beans. Give her the beans.
I am going to use my fix skill and use the heel of my boot to kick the Jawa out from under the clutch so I can do this properly. I'm going to remove that damn Jawa and then just go ahead and just slide in now that I can actually use my car again. All the while, if the Jawa happens to get stepped on a few times down there, so be it. Perfectly acceptable. I'm going to do an intelligence. Let's do a dexterity fix because I'm being a bit quick kicking the Jawa. Pushing my foot to get in there. Oh, praise the Omnisire. That is not bad. That is a 12 total. Yes.
So the bike and so you pull the Jawa as you guys race towards the finish line. It is a photo finish.
Oh my.
I don't know if anybody took a photo. Was Obi out there or Galileo?
I think they were working on a brain.
Yeah.
Obi was working, but Galileo wasn't preoccupied, so he'd be near the finish line with his extending eye to take a picture.
You got a picture. All right.
Miyoko's foot is just all the way down at the end there, just
Burns down on the bars trying to be arrow. he's on the bike like this. Thank goodness I saved my survive skill to make sure she doesn't hit me at the end.
Rubbin is racing.
As soon as they fly by the by the finish, Galileo just exclaims, "Incredible! It appears to be a tie."
What bullshit! Miyoko hits the brakes and there just happens to be a Jawa under her foot when she does so.
Bert's gonna get down off the bike and be like, I can't believe you didn't beat me. I just learned how to drive today.
Oh, if it was a straightaway, I'd have gotten you.
Well, no shit.
Listen, this thing's made in America. It's not designed for turns and curves.
Horatio's like, how do we settle this? They tied.
Fight to
So how about a good old coin toss?
Bikini contest.
You want to arm wrestle for it?
Ooh.
Oh.
Obi's really sad now that he didn't put 10 big bucks down on a tie. I was thinking about being like, oh, what are the chances? Just 10 big bucks, no big deal.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
You feeling up to it?
Oh yeah. We gonna get her.
All right.
And armor it, so he puts his arm up and leans.
Come up to them both.
Let's
Come
see.
on, Big Montana. Don't lose. Don't fail me now. Big Montana, if you fail, you have to ride with me in the car for our next road trip.
Oh Lord.
Worse than death.
It'll solve the braking issue. All that extra weight in the car.
Oh, that'll help. Yeah, slow us down a bit.
Yeah, and don't think you'll ever be able to clean the car out once he shits his pants in there.
I'll make him wear a diaper. It'll be fine.
Good Lord.
I don't think they make them big enough.
All right. You just want to do a one-off exert roll?
I think that would make sense, yeah.
2d6.
Do, 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 do.
Horatio takes off his suit top and secretly underneath he's a bodybuilder.
Surprise, motherfucker!
I got 5.
You see Horatio, just like he's like, push it, and then all of a sudden, he's like, I guess you won. And he grabs his arm. He's like, in pain. Ugh. That's why you're the father of the sector.
Oh yeah.
Insight check.
You aren't weak if you're carrying around this much weight.
Hopefully Horatio didn't injure his slot pulling arm.
My strong hand.
Miyoko, why is your car smoking?
What are you talking about?
Smells like your clutch is on fire.
No, those are
You
just the
also
brake
you have
pads.
damaged tree outside of your vehicle.
What? Oh. Jawa, well, are you still down there on the floorboard? Get back up here. Buff it out. That's what we pay you for.
Change that clutch plate.
Just look at the white hot brake pads on the damn thing.
Lick it, Jawa. Lick it till it's cold.
This is where we discover Miyoko's a dominatrix, actually, and the Jawa is her sub.
You mean the
We've
liquid
had our
brakes?
festivities. Anything else? You guys are working on the brain till you get tired, I guess, and then.
Yeah, I'll go eat and watch them work on the brain. That sounds like fun for Bert.
What was that shit that we can give people that makes them stay up like longer?
Okay.
Okay.
No, like wasn't there a drug for it too? Like
There is a
a
pharmaceutical.
shot? Yeah.
Yeah, it's called cocaine.
Yeah, there is some kind of pharmaceutical.
We used all the cocaine, but maybe we have Emma dose our tech brain people so they can continue tech braining.
Hey, Horatio, how much cocaine do you have here still?
I know you got it.
It's a casino. Of course he has this. Let's be honest.
I mean, he is the father of the sector, so I mean, all right, sure. I mean, beat me at arm wrestling.
Yeah, I'm sure he beat you at arm wrestling.
Take my blow.
Well, we don't need all of it. We just need enough to keep these here scientists up all night.
Let's open the Connex container with all of it, and we'll take a look and get what we need.
Okay.
Would it make you feel better if I made you the minister of drugs as well?
The Surgeon General.
Yeah, there you go. That's the name for it. I mean, you
they're
got
not too
quite.
bad when you roll them in these Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, I never even thought about that. Using a Tootsie Roll wrapper? Oh, Lord.
Cocaine covered Tootsie Rolls.
I
Don't try
was
it,
thinking-
kids.
was thinking using the Tootsie Roll wrapper like a straw.
Oh no, he's gonna roll the Tootsie Roll in the cocaine and eat it.
Ah.
All right, so he gives you some for the brain people to take.
Yeah, you gotta get some brain people working.
I don't know how John's gonna take cocaine, but sure.
Oh, I didn't think
We'll
about
find
that part.
Hey, John, you want some crack?
Oh, don't worry, guys. I can juice him and I'll summon the axe. Here, touch it.
No, no. You've blown up planets before. You don't need to keep doing it.
And John's like, "Yeah, I don't need a rest. I can work on this. I'm a machine."
Well, there we go. I hope we get you a nice big old fat line.
One for Galileo as well, just to be sure.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the sleep instead. Galileo can take over for me while I get some rest.
Well, go days. Looks like you're about to party all night long.
It's been a
Justin.
while since I did that, but it reminds me of back in the day.
Bert just grabs the back of his head and shoves it into the cocaine.
Believe me, one hit of this and you can go for days.
I bet that's how you got that name, Go Go Days. That's a college name, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a story behind that.
Really do tell.
That's all right. I'm not high enough yet.
Oh, here
We've got more.
Stuff his head back down in there.
All right, so they're working on the brain. John and Galileo and Dr. Go-Go Days and Emma, coked up, working on a
We didn't have
Doom brain they took out of a drone ship in the wee hours of the night. Where's everybody? So, Big Montana, I would take it you were in the suite.
Well, he probably didn't make it that far. He's probably like face down on the edge of a slot machine with a chicken leg like right here.
Okay.
Come on, Obi, I got us one of them double rooms. I got to keep that psycho bitch from trying to put you back in her car.
So, Horatio, why did you throw the arm wrestling competition?
What? What are you talking about?
I know, Mr. Montana, he's not that strong.
It's father of the sector.
Were you worried about losing your position as minister?
Hell yeah.
Mr. Montana would not do that to someone like you. He is a man of his word. Whatever words in his vocabulary exist in full fruition, but he is a man of his word who you can trust and depend on. He will never go back upon it. If he says that's your position, that's your position. You don't have to worry about a thing.
No, it doesn't matter what I do?
No, as long as you don't do anything against us directly, it's fine.
Indirectly?
I'll lean over close to him. Do you have any fun ideas?
No, I don't. You scare me.
I like the fact she's some 5'4" Japanese girl who's so short and shit, but she's terrifying. Okay. Do I really scare you? Why's that?
I heard about your sister Karma.
Oh, what do they say about us these days?
Terrible.
Everything.
Everything? Well, that encompasses a vast number of things, everything from good to bad.
I heard badass battle bitches.
Well, I don't know if we're badass. We do get the job done, though. Does that frighten you?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
You don't get many mercenary types here, do you?
No, I don't.
Well, you see, that's just the problem. You have not been expanding your clientele in the way you should. We're actually very nice people with a lot of money on us most of the time.
Well, okay.
She's paid for nothing since she got here.
Maybe things will change now that I'm the minister of gambling and drugs.
No, what type of things would you like to have change?
Well, I gotta think on it.
Oh. Tell me, what would you like to see change, though? What would you like right now to have happen?
Could really go for another one of those chicken legs. They're pretty good.
It's right over there.
Yeah, I think I will have another one. Maybe two.
Go for it. No one will stop you.
And he walks over there. And then he goes and gets his chicken leg, starts chomping on it, like staring off into space.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Do you still, since you got all roboted out and stuff, do you still like the ladies?
I mean, yeah. I like to focus on my work more.
Well, they gave me 2 key cards to their door, and I kind of give one of them to 2 of them cute-looking sisters of Karma. They might stop by later. I don't know.
Have at it, man. I'll be over here getting my sleep. Believe it or not, I just kind of have a feeling that, these next few weeks are gonna be really important, and I I gotta make all the right choices.
I cannot.
Choices.
I cannot wait for Beth to find out that all the sisters of Carmel are hermaphrodites.
The hotel's gonna get torn down. Get out!
So are you guys sharing a room?
Oh yeah, I have to protect Obi.
Okay.
Apparently, that's what it sounds like.
All right.
She took him in that car, and I saw the way she was driving. She could have killed him.
Obi's got himself some, noise canceling headphones and everything. He'll sleep fine.
Okay.
What are you talking about? He can just turn his ears off now.
Only one of them's robotic.
Ah. Hey, you're the guy who you can give one ear pod to. One Apple ear pod. You buy all the lost sets.
Works out great.
Yoko comes running into the room. Oh no, a nuclear strike is happening! Oh no, Obi can't hear us, he's wearing AirPods!
Give me a notice roll, Obi.
Oh no.
He's wearing AirPods!
Oh no.
One time you want to roll shitty.
I got an 8.
You don't notice the two sisters grinding on your body for about 5 minutes, and then...
Bert, give me a notice roll.
Oh dear. No tips. 8.
So you are in bed. You begin to stir. Your eyes open. You feel a cold metallic hand on your arm. And then this head face begins to lean down with glowing red eyes and looks and says, "That's the one from Castle Ventures, that damn deserter," and goes to grab you.
Is this me or Bert?
This would be Bert.
Something with red eyes and a cold hand is trying to grab me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me an initiative roll.
Yeah, that's gonna trigger the old axe. 7. No.
I just thought you were into some kinky stuff. I'm surprised you're bringing out the axe for this.
Okay. 7. Give me, not evasion, it is, give me a physical save.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
You take 3 damage as you are zapped with some kind of electrical charge. Bert, you are up.
Yes, but when is his turn coming?
Dunno.
We need the money.
I'll make an attack with the old axe. That is a 20, not natural to hit.
All right. That's a hit.
And 15 damage.
The axe raises up and cuts through this this figure who is hard to see kind of in this low light, but you can see all the sparks and the metal on his body begins to get really hot. And now there's wires all sparking. He will attempt to try to grab you again. 15. Are you wearing your armor?
Probably not in the bed, no.
Okay.
So that'd be a hit.
Okay. You'll take 3 more damage and give me another, what did I say last time? Physical save?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That is an 18, so a pass.
Okay. There's a second one in the room who attempts to do the same thing. 12. I don't think that hits. Or I don't know.
I don't know either. How much AC do pajamas have?
It's 10 plus your dex for your base armor class.
Okay,
Pajamas have a minimum of 13 AC because they are invincible to everything.
that would be 11. So that was, what did you say?
Yeah, it was a 12. So you take 3 more damage, another physical save.
17.
All right. Obi, give me a notice roll.
That would be another 8.
You are stir, you see, and then give me an initiative roll.
I'm also on 7.
Okay. So you can go after Bert. So you come to, and there are 2 individuals in the room, obvious machines, some sort of androids. You see their glowing red eyes, and they are attacking Bert. Bert, you're up, and you see the glowing axe.
Taking another swing at that same one. That'll be an 18
Yep.
and 16 damage.
You cut through this one again, making a big X on its chest. Sparks and it falls to the ground, and you can see the like electrical charge go through it, and it kind of looks up, and it's like twitching, and it just says, "Get confirmation," and you see it power down. Obi.
I'll reach over to my gear next to me and grab my pistol and shoot at the other one.
All right.
Armor class 12.
That is just a miss. Fires and hits the room. The other one looks around, sees Bert, and begins to dart out of the room. Bert, I'll give you both you guys an attack of opportunity as it attempts to run out of the room.
I will fire at it.
All right.
And this time I hit armor class 14.
Almost. You're getting close. Just grazed.
I got a 17.
Yep.
19 damage.
So you whack it as it goes by, and just hack like below the knee. You just cut that whole portion of its leg right off. And now it's just like pounding on one leg as it bolts through the door. You can hear it head down the hallway as it hops. It's probably why you missed it, Obi, because it kind of lost its balance there because it had only one leg.
No, Obi's just not a great shot.
I was trying to help you. Let's see. Who was up? Miyako.
Yep.
Is Miyako up?
She's awake right now, still probably getting ready to head to bed about this point because she's not going to get any more information out of her ratio.
Bert's going to be screaming on comms. We got to run her in the halls. Run her in the fucking halls.
What are you talking about, Bert?
Someone attacked me in my bed.
What did they look like? Where did they go?
Made out of metal, glowy red eyes. I don't know. They ran out of mine in Obi's room. I'm just getting out of bed. 2 of them was in here.
Can I find the hallway where the rooms are? Easy enough?
Yeah.
Do I see anything made of metal running out of there?
You hear a noise, like something moving down the corridor, like a bong, 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 bong.
I'll give pursuit, I guess. Take out my handgun.
Okay. So you run out, making your way out into the casino area. As you look around, you see Galileo and Dr. Days and Emma and John are all working on something, and they kind of look up, and you follow their eyes, and you see this android, clearly a machine. It doesn't look like a human. It's got like a square metal head with one leg and some kind of fluid dripping out of it. It's got metal arms, and its eyes are trained on Big Montana.
Stop right there.
You can see like the infrared from the eyes just kind of like scanning him.
Nope. It's getting shot. I don't care.
Okay.
Aiming right for the back of the head there.
All right.
His Big Montana sleeps on the slot machine, chicken leg in hand.
Ooh, that is that's a fighter instant hit ability, I should say.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Curve the bullet.
So you blast it, and then just all this metal and crap comes flying out. Its eyes are destroyed, and it just collapses to the ground and shakes. See some kind of electrical charge go through it, and it stops.
Galileo, was it able to send a signal out?
Beep boop.
Oh my god, are you one of them too?
Oh my God, what was that? What's going on here? I'm trying to work. There shouldn't be gunplay out here in the casino. Horatio, what kind of establishment you got?
Dr. Days, this guy apparently attacked Bert and Obi.
Well, mostly just Bert.
If Obi's okay, Bert's going to get up and start walking out of the room with axe still in hand in his pajamas, which is his boxer shorts.
Galileo,
Boogie will... Go ahead.
I was just going to ask Galileo and Dr. Days if they could tell if it sent out any radio communications or anything before I blew its head off.
Obi's going to start inspecting the dead one in the room.
Okay.
You take a look at this robot and see if there's like a bomb self-destruct feature that's been activated now that's missing a head or something.
So what exactly? You're just checking out what it looks like. Or are you going to do some kind of like what's the exam going to be?
Yeah, checking out kind of what it looks like, and then if I can find, the kind of like a terminal of some kind, since it's an Android, try and plug my data pad into it, start pulling up information.
Okay. You can do. It looks similar to the other one, the square head. It's definitely a machine. You can go ahead and give me a program roll.
It's got a lightning port right in the top of its dome there. You can just plug right into it.
Gross, a lightning port?
Oh, Jesus, no one has those.
That's actually not great. 6.
Are an
So
expert as well?
It has sustained a lot of damage, obviously from Bert. But you get some kind of programming, something to do with the Church of Atlas.
If I use my expert ability to re-roll that, can I try and find a little more?
Yes, you can.
I will do that. Yeah, I rolled 3 dice and they were all 1s. 6 is as low as I can get on a program.
Jesus.
And that one is instead of 12.
Much better. Church of Atlas, these machines were sent on a tip that they received that a certain person by Big Montana would be here. And they were basically coming here to confirm that Big Montana was here and return 2 deserters from Castle Ventures who left their job unauthorized and return them. And that would be Bert and Ernie.
Is there any log history of because I heard that one say confirm, but did it send anything back?
Well, this is this would be the one in the room. You have to go out to the other one.
Want to know if this one said anything, like sent it back or not, if when it saw Bert.
You get some kind of signal that it just confirmed who he was.
Okay.
And then it died.
And then he died.
Emma goes over to Big Montana to check on him, make sure he's okay, because he was scanned by some kind of infrared thing.
He's still out, just sleeping away.
John's like, is this safe here? I don't know. And he goes up and turns his knob, and the old woman Doris comes up. John needs to leave now. This is way too dangerous. He does not need to be involved in this. We are leaving. And this is the first time you've seen the machine just kind of stand up, open, move its legs away from the bar, and begin slowly plodding over to the door. Doosh, doosh.
Nope, sit your ass down. For all I know, you're part of this.
This is dangerous for him. He cannot stay.
Not listening to me is dangerous, bitch. Sit down.
Everything is dangerous at the moment, but you have to ask yourself, is it safer here or is it safer out there now that they'll be looking for you?
Why are they going to be looking for John?
Because he was seen with all of us already.
We don't know that. We don't know if there's more coming.
You assume that they just send two things here to look and not come?
They may. What if more come? John will be hurt.
We fully expect more to come. However, it's better to be surrounded by a lot of people with a lot of big guns than out on your own in the middle of nowhere where you can easily be tracked down. Where else will you go?
We will go out.
Out where?
Away from here.
What makes you think that's safe?
It has to be safer. Look what
Why?
happened.
Look what happened with what?
Huh?
The hell happened?
This,
You almost
and
killed, don't worry about it.
she points to the android that's been blown apart. We didn't come here for this.
Look at that, Pops. We got in a fight and you didn't even almost die.
Well, that's an improvement.
The button's still intact.
By the way, say hi to Emma. She's standing right next to you.
God damn it.
Ain't she pretty?
Don't be sneaking up on me like that.
We had to
Dropped
check
your
the
chicken
picture.
leg.
Oh.
She wipes it off, hands it to you.
In about 5 seconds, it should be good still.
Yeah, he'll give it a sniff and then eat it.
Ratio, what the hell kind of security you got that two killer robots just walked up in here and attacked me in my bed?
What the hell are you talking about?
Do you not see the dead fucking
Ah! How'd that get there?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you.
I mean, I'm the minister of gambling and drugs, not the minister of security, obviously.
Who's in charge of security around here?
Shit, I don't know. Somebody.
Son of a bitch.
I thought that was your job, Bert.
On the ship? Yeah, we're not on the ship.
I'll get some sisters to secure the area.
That's a damn good idea.
No one comes, no one goes for the time being until we sort out what's going on here and how they knew to find us here.
Bert's gonna wheel around and be like, where'd that damn robot go?
That means you as well, Mr. Robot. This is now a crime scene investigation.
Aren't you still technically loyal to the UPM?
Yes, we've signed a contract with them. You are correct.
All right. Well, the UPM works for me, so therefore, by extension, you work for me. So I'm gonna say you should probably give us John back.
What if I refuse?
Well, then you'd be breaching your contract.
I'm looking after John.
Oh yeah, but You still under contract?
Hey, Obi, you reckon you could separate and maybe delete this nag from the rest of them personalities?
I mean, I could. There's a time and place for that, but I probably could.
Actually, the choice is what John would like to do in this situation.
That's a pretty good point.
Yeah, he's a grown enough feller. Let him make his own decision.
She reaches over and turns the knob. The old man appears again. Ah, we'll just go back to the bar. Doof, doof, doof. I'll have a drink. Pours it and it goes everywhere.
I'm gonna go up to Horatio.
That one's to the end, my friends. It's been a good run.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna grab Horatio and take him to the side. Horatio,
Yes.
do you know of any highly secure places here that aren't under Sindoom control at the moment? Abandoned facilities, police stations, anything like that? Military bases?
There's one across the other side of the planet.
Anything closer?
I mean, we could take refuge in some of the abandoned buildings.
Are they secure?
I mean, how long are you?
As short as possible. However, if we're going ahead and doing an operation here, that could be dangerous. I don't want them coming after Jason and the rest of our group here, where we're not able to protect them if we're busy elsewhere.
Going after Jason? Who's this?
I mean, if they're going after the robots or any of the other people here.
Yeah, I mean, we could go to the town you talked about that they want to help. The one that you gave the visited.
That town's going to be directly under the line of fire from the enemies. It's going to be a solid target for possible bombing runs and other things. And I don't want them to be waiting here in the casino, even if they are behind glass doors.
I mean, there's some ruins out here, probably about 15K away.
What type of ruins?
It was an old abandoned factory.
Mm-hmm. How strong are the walls?
Pretty good. There's 3 of them.
Is there an underground bunker attached to it or anything such as that?
There might be some underground workings. I mean, I would guess.
I'm going to come up and say, Mr. Montana?
Yep.
You're going to have to come a bit closer so we can talk. Come on.
God damn it.
I know.
Yeah, he'll grudgingly move closer.
So there might be some abandoned ruins and an old factory with some underground, maybe bunker or something we can put the civilians in during the fight.
That might not be a bad idea.
Ensure their safety and gain their trust as well.
Yeah.
There might
That's
be
not
something.
a bad idea.
There might be something on the other side of the planet, but I don't particularly want the big beacon of flying a massive ship from one side to the other. Obviously, where we're going, it's a lot safer to drive there.
Yeah, I agree.
Meantime, I'm going to get this place on lockdown.
Yep.
Gonna radio up. Tell the Sisters of Karma to bring down 4 security teams and put 2 people at each entrance with heavy machine guns.
All right.
Also have them drop off the 5-ton here. I might need to transport a bunch of people. Mr. Montana, I'm going to investigate the factory. Do you want to come along real fast? Yeah, than sitting here waiting for a robot to scan you and kill you again.
I mean, but the other alternative's being inside of something with you.
You'll be fine. Me and
Inside.
Toby both survived.
Inside a building with me right now, and we work on the same ship together.
No, I'm talking about in the car ride.
Yeah,
Oh, God damn it, fine.
you're gonna have to get over this at some point, Mr. Montana. Trust me.
I don't know.
We're gonna figure out what's wrong with you, don't worry.
All
Y'all want
right.
him to come with you?
Hey?
You want Emma to come with you?
Fuck no.
Afraid of his own daughter, I swear.
Yeah, but have you seen her? Okay, Mr. Montana, let's go.
All right.
Now take him to the vehicle
Oh,
so we can go check out this factory and see if it's safe.
all right.
Do we see any watching eyes anywhere around here? Security cameras or anything staring back at us?
Nope.
Okay.
So you get in the vehicle. The ship is still docked in the dome. Got
Where's the
security
shot?
teams out.
How's the Jawa looking after a bit of a pounding? Still knocked out on the floorboard?
No, it is moved. It's gone.
Those things need to behave better.
All right, give me a pilot roll as you head out.
I'm safe at any speed. Ooh, that could have gone a lot better if I'm perfectly honest. That's an 8.
Give me a D6 roll.
That is a lovely number 4.
All right.
So, Mr. Montana, you don't have to worry too much about it. See, everything's just fine.
God damn, bitch, you trying to kill us?
Not particularly. Just trying to get us there and safe and sound in one piece.
So you find these ruins. Horatio gives you some pretty good. It gives you an accurate GPS. And sure enough, it looks like an old factory building. There's a few other buildings that are there but have fallen down. It's got 3 good solid sides. The 4th side was knocked down, and there is kind of a underground, probably 2 floors underneath the building, mostly covered.
Gonna go to the trunk and grab a rifle. Mr. Montana, do you want one as well?
I got my revolver.
Okay. Let's go check this place out, see if it's safe.
Well, you go first.
Just note I'm parking the car slightly under the overhang so it can't be seen by satellite or air recon.
Okay. As we go back to the group at the casino, Maxwell's House of Pleasure. See, Obi, you worked on the first android.
Mm-hmm. And when I was done, I'd probably work my way to where everyone else ran off to and find the second one.
Okay. Let's give me a program roll.
Uh, 9.
Okay. So you mess around. You realize that this thing was doing like a target scan or something. Again, it was the same thing. They were looking for these 2 individuals who were deserters from NER that used to be dock workers, Bert and Ernie. You also get another message. So you also there's a ticker, and it says like 2 minutes, 59 seconds.
Oh boy, I wonder what touchdown means. Hopefully it's just a sports ball thing. I am going to actively try and deactivate this. And if anyone else is around, I don't know if anyone's near me. If anyone else is near me, I'll just read it off. You know, like it's saying it found its target and it's going to touch down in 3 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think I like that. You done with that robot?
I mean, I might try to deactivate it.
Oh, I can deactivate it.
I might try, a little more finesse deactivation.
Be my guest.
I mean, I don't know if touchdown is going to mean that it's going to do something, or if it already is called for reinforcements to be here in 3 minutes.
So, Opie, upon examining this thing, you realize it does not have a detonation,
Okay.
any kind of det pack or detonation sequence.
So it's not going to do anything then.
No.
All right, then it is definitely.
It called for backup and half our group left.
I wonder if there's still power running to it. Can I try and send off a second message?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and type up a generic error code, of a false identification, target not found. And I want to make it seem just like, the robot itself would create the error. And I'm going to send it off to the exact same recipient.
Okay.
At the very least, it might be able to buy us some more time.
That would be another. I can't see any other role other than program.
I don't know. Sounds kind of like a punch roll to me.
Punch the thing right in its gears.
Sounds like a charisma punch roll, that one.
All right, yeah, so I'll do another program then. Hot diggity dang. It's a 14. Got my double fives.
Nice. So
It's confirmed in the sun.
So what do? You get out your data pad and kind of do a quick send a message.
Yep.
The error code.
Error message followed, by a brief description, as error messages usually do. False identification, target not located.
Okay.
Would you like to send error report, yes or no?
You just get a message back that says recalibrating.
All right.
Mission aborted.
Well, if anyone else, I know Bert's near me, I'll tell him, we may have bought ourselves some more time, but we also may want to lay low.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go get dressed now.
Go put on your party suit.
Yep.
So the timer continues to go and move downwards.
Bert's stomping up the hallway back toward his room, just bitching, man, can't even get any sleep around here. I swear, everywhere Pop takes us is a shithole.
So as you so it begins. It's less than a minute.
So I'm going to look at the history of the logs of everything it's sent beforehand, and I'm going to keep just sending simple updates that it might have already done already, just to show that it's still online.
And as it ticks down to 10, 9, it reaches 0, you hear a large boom somewhere in the distance. It's muffled. We go back to Miyako and Big Montana. As you guys are making your way to the factory, there is an enormous explosion, airburst, you look at just the sky is lit up with some kind of explosion that just lit the sky up.
Well, what the hell was that?
The hell if I know.
Hold on, let me get out my phone, and I'll call up Obi.
About my jitterbug.
Obi?
You're connected with Obi. How can I help you?
Yes. What was that explosion?
You know, I don't really know because I'm in the building and it was real muffled. But I know what you're talking about. There was that one robot that had saw Big Montana.
Yes.
It was trying to tell back to Sindoom that it found it. So I just sent back an error code that it was false reading, and it started recalibrating.
Mr. Montana, I think you've made a few enemies.
Well, I mean, I could have told you that one.
Well, it's probably best if we get to hiding then quickly with him.
Lurch is not a smart man, but Lurch could have told you that one.
Yes. He did get lost on the way to the kitchen and wound up in hell that one time.
That's an honest mistake.
Anyone could make it. Anyway,
Doing in Ernie's room.
that's a pretty bad place. Obi, would you be able to contact the ship and see if they saw anything in, fire, whatever that was, or any idea what it was? Maybe a scan to see if it dropped anything off?
Sure.
Mr. Montana and I are going to clear out this place and make sure it's safe for us maybe to hide out here for a bit.
Tell me again why we didn't bring a bunch of Sisters of Karma with us.
They wouldn't fit in the back seat?
They're guarding doors. Manning the
There's a Jawa hustling behind you with an assault rifle. Watini!
Oh, good, the cavalry.
Is that John T. Jawa?
You better believe it's John T. Jawa.
He's just everywhere.
He points to the sky where the explosion was and fires his weapon a couple times.
Oh, don't draw it over here, whatever the fuck it was.
Yes, good point. Let's get inside and avoid shooting things if we can, John T. Jawa.
No, Watini.
I'm just going to look at Big Montana and go, why does he always keep that knife between his teeth? I don't get it.
I don't know.
All right, you begin to investigate the old factory.
Yep. Looking for blast doors, a bunker, anything we can hide out inside of safely.
It's fairly reinforced. It's in pretty good shape. There have been people living here at one point because they've got like scraps, lean-to, some tents. There was once a fire or two in here, some empty cans and bottles.
Do we see any generators in here? Backup electricity, power sources?
There is an old generator, but actually there's 3 generators, but they've all been stripped.
Yeah, figures.
Well, I'm glad I'm in my climate-controlled power armor.
Mace, you fit in the car wearing that.
It was tight, but it was going to be tight anyways.
Mace didn't fit the car at all.
Car has a noticeable tilt.
It probably did. She probably had to countersteer the whole way here.
Had to go ahead and check my hand after hitting your power armor so many times trying to shift. Well, we could probably go ahead and set something up, bring down a couple of generators and space heaters, and make it comfortable at least.
Yeah.
Some cots.
It might not be a bad idea to have, we're getting close to the time of the whole everything kicking off-ish. Might not be a bad idea to have Horatio give his speech.
It could be a good move.
Broadcasted to the planet.
Okay. Well, Let's head back then, because this place seems to be clear from what have we scouted the entire place here, Peter?
Yeah, you've scouted it. There's nobody in here.
Open up the furnace with the monster hiding inside it or nothing
You
yet?
you hear a couple laser shots go off, but that's just the Jawa firing things.
He's easily excited.
Talking
John T.
about Watini.
Yes, John T. Jawa, we hear you. We hear you.
Smoking dead rat carcasses all over the place now.
Get to the Wutini!
We need to get him a minigun.
Montana,
22 caliber minigun.
let's head back and Miss Montana, if you could contact the ship and have them drop the 5-ton with some cots and heaters and a few sisters, we can move the civilian population into this area.
Yeah, man, idea.
The ship's docked inside the dome right now, I believe.
I have no idea where the ship is. That thing
Yeah,
flies,
it's in
that thing
the dome.
docks. It's a god among vessels.
Hey, Obi, I pre-recorded my speech to that. It's supposed to be sent out to all, over the Lausanne underground.
I can relay it
After Horatio gets done doing his speech, wait like a reasonable amount of time, make it so it looks like we're responding to his speech. As like a helping hand.
So like 90 seconds?
I'd wait a bit longer than that, like maybe 30 minutes.
You got Horatio's speech for him?
I never wrote one up for him.
Oh, man.
While we're driving back, you can write it up.
Yeah.
Assuming he doesn't get motion sick.
No, he's good.
Trust me, this Horatio fellow is the best fellow in the history of fellows. I've spoken to him, and I've spoken with my people, and they all agree he's amazing. I love this guy, Horatio.
Sounds familiar.
He's a good guy. So I'll drive us back for the 5-ton.
I keep forgetting the name of this damn planet.
Juka Ratta.
Juka Ratta.
Juka Ratta, Juka Ratta, Juka Ratta, let me go. Beelzebub.
I'll see if I can signal our ship or any other ship that might be in the area and see if any of them got a better view as to what that distant explosion was.
How many robots were released?
See if anyone's reporting it on any kind of frequencies.
What you gather is that some kind of a rocket entered and just sort of appeared out of nowhere and was making its way towards the planet and exploded in the atmosphere.
Premature detonation. You gotta have it.
Happens to the best of us.
I already don't trust that report. Check 5chan. They might know what really happened.
And that robot's like, well, damn, I thought it was going to be the end of the world. There's another drink to everybody.
We live to fight another day. Live to poke more brains.
Yeah, so when we get back, I'm just going to grab all the, I'm going to grab like 4 sisters, the truck, a bunch of Insta panels and all the other shit and take it back there real fast.
Okay.
And have them set up, temporary quarters for like 2 or 3 days there.
All right.
And then I'll head back.
All right, they're working on the factory.
How many robots tried to chase me down on the way back?
None.
Yay!
All right, so Obi, you're
Gathering information. rifling through news reports, transmissions, getting the up-to-date.
He's on the dark web.
There is some buzz through some of the channels that Lord Fells is supposed to make an announcement at some point. So there's some anticipation about what he's supposed to say.
I sent the speech in the chat.
Okay, yes, you did.
That's what he's supposed to say.
And you got your speech ready?
Yeah, I have my speech ready.
Okay.
I flip back to it. There we go. I was gonna write it down in my notebook, and then I realized you can't read my notebook. So.
I mean, I can, but
I don't think you can.
Okay.
My handwriting is not good.
You might be right.
Wait, can you try that? I'm not sure if that's your notebook or your camera. Do you mind holding up something a bit more? It might be okay. Hold up a credit card or something so I can see properly what it says.
I'm pretty sure it's the credit card. I meant the credit card. The notebook.
Nope. It looks like the camera might be messed up. I need to see something with smaller numbers to be sure.
Okay. So Horatio, you see him with a handful of white, some weird-looking Tootsie Rolls. He chucks down.
Did you write this entire speech on the backs of Tootsie Roll wrappers?
Hello, my fellow Juka Rattans. This is Horatio, the current minister of gambling and drugs. I'm here to liberate us from Sindum control. We will, and we will, open the economic enrichment zones once again, and a shipyard, and bring some life back to this shithole and that we call home. So it's time to rise up and help each other and help ourselves and throw these Sindum shackles off and kick their sorry ass out of here. If I'm not Horatio, minister of gambling and drugs, soon to be your governor of this fine planet. That's it. Looks at you and goes, I ad-libbed a little, if you didn't mind.
Hey, no, it worked out good.
And you see these teleprompters, they've been off since the beginning. This all me, no help from anyone else. I write the best speeches, that's all I'm saying.
Phenomenal.
They're phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
The best.
The problems we're facing all come from Sindum.
So,
I
yeah.
get Sindum all the time.
After about 30 minutes to 45 minutes or so, I'd put out my response speech pledging assistance from the children of the sector.
My children, our time has come. We must rise and help the good people of Juka Ratta. We must defend them from Sindum's evil reach. Keep them from interfering with Juka Ratta's righteous revolution. Good people of Juka Ratta, do not fear. The father of the sector is at your side. I will not abandon you. To arms, my children. Father of the sector, out.
Nice.
All right. It has been
Now-
sent.
Now we just have to wait and see what old Jagger Hales has to say.
Everyone who is not participating in the battle, please hop in the back of the 5-ton so I can take you to safety.
Well, this is where I make my decision. Excuse me, I'll be climbing in there.
No, Obi, we need you in the ship.
Oh, damn it.
So, what's the plan? What's the plan now? Is anybody going to be at the casino?
I'm trying to evacuate most people out of the casino who are the civilian populations. Would we like to fight them at the casino?
I mean,
It
the
is an
casino does have
armored
pretty
structure.
heavy blast. Yeah, it does have pretty heavy blast doors.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just having flashbacks. Last time we were at Juka Ratta and we had a fight in an establishment.
Might be better to
Yeah.
put the civilians in like hide them in one of the ruined buildings here.
Well, that's why I'm taking them to the bunker thing, which we're making in the factory. It's a Ren building.
Oh, I thought that was outside the dome. My bad.
It's where we can go ahead and survive. Yep. And the place should be pretty well armored with insta panels and fortifications and heavy machine gun emplacements and stuff like that by now.
Yeah, the factory is definitely outside the dome.
Yeah. We can put the civilians inside the factory that has space heaters and all that shit down there now.
All right.
You see the old man turn and switch his the knobs over and see Doris again. That sounds like a great idea. We're ready to go. Finally.
Okay, then. Let's go. Dr. Days?
Oh yeah, you need me to go? I think I can work on this brain here.
Well, we can bring the brain with us.
Oh, that's great. I like that.
Yep, we have power there now. Okay, everyone else who's going to hop on.
Is Horatio coming? Horatio, bring those Tootsie Rolls too, would you? Those special ones you got in your bag.
Oh, God. Dr. Gogo Days is relapsing.
If possible, I'm going to have Dr. Godo Day sit in the front seat with me so I can talk to him.
Okay.
Dr. Go-Go Days is no more. He's now Dr. Go Days.
All right, he's in the front seat of the car.
The 5-ton.
Oh, okay, the 5-ton.
Yeah, I can't fit a lot of people in my back seat.
Okay, so he's sitting in the front.
That's what she said.
I'll ride along next to him on my new hoverbike.
All right.
And anyone else coming, or who's staying to fortify the place? How many sisters do you want here? Do we want to fight here? What's the plan, Mr. Montana?
Well, I believe the plan was everybody march on that Sindum fucking place.
Yep. How many of us are participating in the Sindum land combat?
Well, I mean, most everybody, I think. Like, you mean of the crew?
Yes.
Oh, no, I'll be in the ship.
Okay.
I'm far too soft to be out there getting shot at.
And Bert, where would you like to be?
Where I can hit shit with my axe, of course. Unless you need me on the ship.
So in the ship acting as security, okay. And Obi, are you going to be on the ship, or would you like to go to the bunker?
I'll be on the ship.
Okay.
More
I'll
useful there.
I will take these people to the bunker then and hop on.
Perhaps Bert would like to lead the charge on the Sindum facility from his motorcycle.
That's not a bad idea.
Inspire the people, you know, like rally the troops.
What if somebody tears up my motorcycle?
Well, then he can cut them in half.
And then we fix the motorcycle.
Exactly.
More than half.
Okay,
Plus,
then.
think of how good a swing you can get going if you're going about 60 miles an hour and you reach out and whop somebody with that axe.
I did that. I blew up a police car that way once.
No, that
What's
was
miles
we
per
were
hour?
barely rolling then.
That was on that Earth place.
Yeah, but we were barely rolling then. You just kind of like slow drug it by. I'm talking like full on, like in the movies, you know, when you see the dude riding the horse and he's chopping people down left and right, only you're on a motorcycle.
That sounds epic.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So I'll take the people back, and then I'll hop in my car and catch up with Bert, and we can attack the police station. While you two are on the ship coordinating things from up there. That sound about right?
Yep, that sounds about right. Hopefully, a whole gaggle fuck of children in the sector show up.
Well,
We got some air superiority going on.
as soon as we can get a carrier in here, I recommend you call on some of the sisters and their battleships.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. I'm gonna send them a message, have them on standby.
Okay. I'll take care of these guys then. And I'll leave with Dr. Go-Go Days.
All right.
And I'll talk to him about let other people do stuff first.
I ain't got much to do. I'm sending a message off to the sisters, asking them if they could have a strike force nearby and ready to deal with a possible Sindung carrier around Juka Ratta. Preferably a strike force designed to take over the aircraft rather than destroy it.
Okay. That seems something they are capable of doing.
All right, then now we wait.
So, Dr. Days, how'd you get the name Go-Go?
It's kind of a long story back there, but you know.
I know. Were you a man of adventure and excitement?
Not really, no.
No? Then why do they call you Go-Go?
Well, I don't know. I don't think we know each other that well for me to tell you this story.
Oh? How well do we have to know each other?
Well, you know, a little bit better than this.
Well, I am about to save your life right now and keep you safe and prevent you from being murdered horribly. That should count for something.
Yeah, I think so.
And I have worked with you in the past.
We have.
Tell me then,
Jeez,
Why
Miyoko's
is
so pushy.
why is Sindum so interested in you?
Well, because Jaggerfells,
Do you two have a history together?
we do.
Ex-lovers?
Lovers of science, if that's what you mean.
Oh, so you were always a scientist?
Yes.
Where'd you go to school?
Sindum,
Ah, so you're a native of Sindum.
of course.
Then why does Jaggerfells and you not get along?
Because he's jealous of me.
Really? Is it because you're smarter than he is?
I don't know. Of course, I'm smarter than he is. I don't think that's it.
That's not up for debate, is it?
No.
Is that why he's jealous of you, though?
No.
Oh. Why is he jealous of you?
Because we had these magic devices we were working on
Mm-hmm.
to help Sindum to save it, you know, from its collapse. Because you know the planet's dying, and
Why is it?
something some kind of bacteria or something. But it's dying. So we made these devices, and he tried to steal it from me and take the credit.
Peter,
What?
out of curiosity, were any of the necrotic temples on Sindum itself?
No.
No. Okay. So you believe it's some kind of bacteria then that's causing this problem?
Well, we looked into it. We never found an answer. But what we did realize is that these elements, Rooney and Rosmidium, they can fix stuff. So we started doing that.
How exactly do they fix stuff?
Well, it's basically terraforming.
So it actually goes ahead and changes a planet to a more agreeable situation, shall we say?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the level you put into it. You been to the Nameless Burrow before?
Have I been there before?
Yep.
Yes, of course.
That's where the Master of Fangs lives.
You notice that, like, there should be I think it's probably still there. There's the one tree it's got the leaves and it's all green.
Mhm.
That's from what we did.
That's from what you did there.
Yeah, it's part of our project.
So the project was in the Nameless Burrow?
Well, it was all over Sindum. It was going to help everybody.
What's happened to it then?
Well, Jagger Fells is in charge of it now. Who knows?
How did Jagger Fells get into the position to take control of everything?
Well, he came back. He returned all these magic devices with the Rosmidium and Rotronium, and he became the savior of Sindum.
And so they just let him take over the place?
Well, I'm sure there's more to that, but short answer, yeah.
Here's a question, Peter. The ruling population on Sindum, would they be considered human?
Prometheans? No.
Yeah.
Not him.
No. Is Jaggerfell's human?
He looks human, but he's a Promethean.
He's Promethean?
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Days, are you human or Promethean?
Well, of course, I'm from Sindum, Promethean.
Really? Look very similar to humans. Interesting. Tell me. So, Jaggerfells, within Sindum society, they have the ability just to throw people out whenever they like?
What do you mean? Like, why was I kicked out?
Why were you kicked out? Yes.
Because he said I was a traitor and stole his secrets.
Did he have any proof of this?
No, he's a big fat liar.
Then if he didn't have any proof, why did they take his word over yours?
Well, because he came back with all the devices and he's kind of convincing.
And these devices are capable of terraforming, and you said they're made with magic?
Yeah, they're made with magic. I had one in my pocket, but I gave it to this nice dwarf fella. I think his name was Durbin. Yeah, that was his name. He was a nice guy.
You had one in your pocket and you gave it to a dwarf guy. Okay.
Well, I didn't want Jagger Fells to get it.
And what exactly are these things capable of then?
These terraforming things?
Yes, you said you were able to keep one in your pocket. What could something...
No, this was the collection devices. This is what we were collecting the magic with, and then we put them in the terraforming things.
You keep saying the word magic. Are you talking about literal magic?
Yeah, Rosmidium, Rutronium. Magic. That's what they call it in some other backwards worlds.
You just call it Rosmidium and Rutronium?
Right, like L593. That's what they call it. That's why I met that dwarf.
Mm-hmm. What was so special about that planet?
Well, it had lots of it. Yeah.
Do other planets have lots of it?
No, we never found much. No, that was it though. We found lots of it there. That's where we were. That's where I met Jaggerfell. That's where Jaggerfells and I were.
Were you on a team together there?
No, we weren't on a team. We were competitors.
Competitors. Tell me, is that planet still under Sindum, if you will, influence?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's forbidden.
Why is it forbidden?
Because Sindum doesn't want anybody going there to find out what they got.
Well, they're afraid of people finding out.
Because it's a precious resource. They don't want anybody getting it.
The magic?
Yeah, the magic.
So in that case, how do you collect it?
Well, you got to make these. It's a device. It's all patented.
Would it be possible for you to make the device?
I might be able to make one again. I don't know. I have to get the right tools and resources.
What would this device theoretically be capable of doing on its own?
Well, we'll just collect the rosmium and neutronium, and then you could use it however.
How powerful is this material?
Oh, it's very powerful.
How much would be needed, for example, to power a battleship, let's say?
It's about, I don't know. I'd have to do some calculations, probably some math.
Mm-hmm. How many of those devices had to be brought back to Sindum in order for them to start their terraforming project?
I don't know how many he had. He had a couple, but it's been some time. You know, it's been what, 5 years, so he's probably gone back and forth to that planet. I don't know how many times.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. Then, would it be possible for us to perhaps get some of this rodnium and neutronium and use it ourselves for different purposes?
Sure. I mean, it's of course dangerous, but you got one guy walking around with dark matter, and he's got a sword, a big axe, and then the other one poofs around and with the Tootsie Roll. So I don't think that's really a problem.
Yeah, danger does seem to be ignored quite a bit by these people. The real question, though, is would we be able to use this stuff to counteract what Jagerfels is trying to do?
What are you trying to counteract?
We're trying to counteract his taking over of the sector.
Yeah, I mean, it would help. You just, depends on what you want to use it for.
Would it be possible to neutralize Jagerfel's regime in any way? Like a targeted strike against him?
I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, that's not my forte.
But what is your forte, actually? What field
I
of
thought
science
I
do you
told you,
specialize
I'm
in?
just like a scientist and stuff. I don't make plans.
What field do you specialize in, science-wise?
I got a lot of, yeah. Thank you.
Gynecology? What?
No. I mean, I do stuff like that.
Okay. Do you have any interesting Sindune secrets you'd like to share?
No, they changed everything.
They did. Was that when you were captured?
In prison, yeah.
How long were you in prison for?
Oh, it was about 5 years.
Where did they keep you?
It was some prison. I can't think of the name of it right now.
What did they have you doing there? Sitting in a cell?
Oh, no. I worked on replicants.
Ah, the replicant project. Yes. Do you know how many were created?
Oh, probably 400 or 500 maybe.
Do you know what they might have been or looked like? Who they might be replicating?
Well, they're all like important. Just not any average schmo. They're all important people.
Mm-hmm. And how would Sindum have gotten these replicants into the position of power? They'd have had to remove the original, correct?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm sure that's how Jagerfels got the vote.
Mm-hmm. Do we have any way to prove that that's how he did it? Do you have any documentation or video footage or anything, recordings?
I don't personally have that stuff.
Would you know where to get it from?
Somebody who had it.
Who would that be?
I don't know. I told you I don't like.
What type of people would have that kind of information within Sindhu?
Well, you get into the walled city, you can find anything. I'm sure they got some kind of important stuff in there.
How does one get into the walled city then?
Gotta be creative.
Creative. sneaking aboard a ship kind of creative, or more creative
No.
than that?
You gotta be more creative than that.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to look and see if we can find a way to do that.
I mean, I used to work inside the walled city, but I didn't get into the inner layers. I was just the outer layer.
Ah, do you remember what it looked like inside the walled city?
Well, my little section, yeah, of course.
Is it busy, full of people, crowded, dirty, clean?
Yeah, mine was okay. It's not too busy.
And plant life?
Yeah, it's really nice. From what I hear, it used to be.
Did you have gardens there? Trees and things?
Well, of course, yeah. It's pretty plush.
So how exactly was the bacteria affecting places outside the wall but not inside?
Well, I don't know.
Very interesting. I should probably ask Emma about it. She might know something when it comes to bacteria. And then I'll just take us back.
Okay. Let me read some of the backstory, make sure it's correct. All right. So, anything else you guys want to do before we call it quits?
I think that's about it. Yeah, because
my way to where the grunts are at the ruined city.
All right, so we got you guys setting up a camp at the city in the old factory.
Yep, that should be set up.
Yep. And the same, you're still on target to attack the police station?
Yep.
So, yeah, you guys can decide whether if that's going to be the plan or you're going to try something different or what.
I think that's still the plan.
We kind of have to make sure that it's the people of Juka Ratta who are rebelling, therefore it's an internal affair, and we have an excuse to stop Sindun from interfering.
Yep, that way we politically look good.
Yep.
Okay. And let's see, was there any hustle points used tonight?
I do not believe so.
Was there one during the race? I don't remember.
Nope, decided to just deal with the Jawa.
Could have won. You just had to get rid of them.
Nip, it's fine.
That was really close.
Someone in that casino tipped someone off, though.
Exactly. And I have a feeling it was the old lady.
I do too, because the old robot mentioned that. I thought we were all toast or something like that.
Yep. That's why I went ahead and I put them inside someplace underground where they won't be able to get an easy radio signal out. And I just learned a fuck ton about Sindum and what's happening here in the first place.
Right. If I need to, I'll spend another hustle point to get the iron skirt here, and maybe to get it a little more operational, so it at least has weapons on it.
Okay. So you want it here before the next battle?
Yeah, that way it's another thing to draw fire of the drones.
Honestly, a bunch of flak guns on that thing are going to shred the drones.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Some point defense type stuff, just to annihilate drones and stuff that try and attack it. Because I mean, the iron skirt in and of itself is a pretty stout station. It's designed to skirt lower and basically just giant blast doors all the way around the thing.
Yeah. Honestly, we'd be pretty good with some, what's it called? The flak emitter batteries. Put like 5 of them on the damn things and now shred through the fighter craft, no problem.
Yeah.
Let me see how big our station. What size station did we decide it was again, Peter?
Small.
Small station? Okay, let me look here. Yeah, so we have 50 power, 40 mass, 10 hard points only, though.
Mm-hmm.
11 AC. How much armor do we have? It's a cruiser class ship, so I'll have to look and see what I can do to beef it up a bit.
I mean, she comes stock with extra armor plating. Hence the skirt.
Yep. Peter, what is the armor of that station added by the armored skirt to it?
What's the AC now?
Well, not the AC, the armor itself.
Is
The
there any-
AC's, it starts with 5 armor generally, the small station.
Okay. I'd probably double. I'd probably say 10.
Okay. And it has 10 hard points. We'd probably want, like I said, 5. Can we do that? Let me do some quick mathematics here. Yeah, we can put 5 flak emitter batteries and have 5 batteries for, shooting down fighter craft and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we can have cruiser weapons, so maybe...
Peters.
What?
Torpedoes. It's got, you can put a lot of ammo on that. Torpedoes might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, we can stuff it full of torpedoes. And each thing would have 10 times the ammo capacity, so each cargo space can hold 4 normally. Each one can hold 40 ammo for a torpedo launcher.
And who is on the Iron Skirt right now?
The crazy mantis dude.
And the
Mhm.
Jawas infantries.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't worried about people to run the guns, because there's already a whole gaggle of crazy bastards to run the guns.
Now, let me look here real fast while I run some mathematical calculations. I've seen 825 futures, and in none of them can we go ahead and have 5 torpedo launchers, unfortunately. We can easily go ahead and put 2 torpedo launchers, though.
Right.
It's the power that's the problem. We go with power. So if we put 2 torpedo launchers, that's 10 power each.
And then maybe just some standard guns.
We could go ahead and put on a grav cannon for 15 power. It's a lot of power, but it takes up 3 hardpoint spots, and it's armor piercing the exact same as the torpedoes, but deals 3d10 damage.
That's a good idea. That way it's got a big stick to hit things with.
No, I'm sorry, 4d6, not 3d10. But yeah, it's another big stick to go along with the torpedoes as well.
Yep, I like that idea.
Okay, so I'll send you the armaments and everything, Peter, later. While I work this thing out.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Yeah, that way, if they send more than just a carrier,
It'll have some teeth it can bite back with.
mm-hmm.
You think it's the Iron Skirt until it lifts up and all them guns pop out, and you find out it's the Iron Kilt.
Surprise, motherfucker.
So everybody's set for next week. We good?
Yep.
Okay. Good job with the race. I enjoyed that.
That was pretty good.
And kudos to Obi for sending the error code. That was pretty good.
It's quick thinking right there.
Yes, it was.
Right, otherwise a
everyone's
big
life.
boom was about to happen.
A big boom was about to happen. Yeah.
It's like when he said that thing came from Sindoom, like, does that mean the bomb's going back to Sindoom?
Return to sender.
Address unknown.
Reverse card. Haha.
Surprise.
You activated my trap card.
A reverse card.
What trap card is that? And he runs over and rips his cards up and goes, "Ah, fucking duel's over."
What's Jagger Phelps' speech about, or do we hear that yet?
You haven't heard that yet because I haven't done it.
He'll probably send it off after he heard your speech now.
This is
Bert
true.
can't wait. He loves hearing Jagger Fells.
Well, that's right. Big Montana gave his speech.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that will definitely alter his speech.
Then I'll have to give a counter speech.
Speech off. Debate.
Oh, and that-
yes.
I don't know if we could get that set up. I don't think neither party could play nice enough to have a debate.
Jagger fails in the middle of his speech, and Bert comes out, surprise, motherfucker, I found you.
I just had an idea. So with our children of the sector contacts, is there any like particular standouts? Like, has any particular child of the sector done anything important recently? Like something outstanding to fuck Sindoom?
You gonna promote him?
No, I'm gonna start like doing the child of the day.
The child of the day is this guy. Successfully eliminated. 5.
Billy Joe from Sector B5 successfully killed himself 8 Sindoom soldiers without a magazine in his rifle.
Good
You
job,
were
Billy.
Good
smart
job,
enough.
Billy. Keep up the good work.
Your father is proud.
You could give a shout out to Lord Ares for bringing down the Sindoom battleship.
Oh, that's true. They did bring that down.
It's almost that's kind of better than a child of the day. That's child of the month right there.
Yeah, he gets a day. Everyone
Yeah,
gets
I'll
one day.
have to in the next speech make sure I plug that.
And the other group did hear those 2 speeches. I played them for them that game.
Oh boy.
The speeches are fucking great. It's so goddamn entertaining. What's his name again?
Lord Ares.
What happened to that Lord Mars guy? Jesus.
He died heroically.
Everyone's changing names these days.
All right, I got it wrote down in my notebook now so I can plug him next time.
Okay, good.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna head to bed.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Yep.
See you guys next week.
Yep.
Yep.